Now, let's give it. What's going on, everybody? Let's give it a little push the countdown, and then we'll push the little speed to lead thing. What's going on, everybody? It's Gene here, and joined by the awesome Mr. Ivan, Miss Alice, and we are about to get to the grind. It's Monday. Nobody wants to be doing this. Nobody wants to be showing up. Everybody wants to just, hey, you know what, take the evening off. And that's why exactly why we're here, showing up and closing stuff. Okay, so welcome. Let's some folks tune in. If you're just tuning in, let us know where you're from, what your market is, where you're doing business, and I also just want to see who's on the live stream. That way, we can get some people on here. Start closing stuff. Hey, what's going on? Houston, Texas. We've got Rich back in here. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. All right. Let's give folks a little bit to join here. We should have Liam joining in a little bit. And
do we have real estate agents on the show? And
I don't know.
in our visitors, yeah. If you
have you invited any? If you invite them, they will come. I don't think we've got. Yeah, actually, that's. Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were asking me, put me on the spot. That's a great question. Who's a real estate agent on the? Who's a real estate agent on the show? If you're a real estate agent, post comment. We're kind of interested in talking to you about some stuff. Oh, Rich, you're an agent. Rich, what agency are you in? What label? What brand and all that stuff? Let me know. I hope it's EXP and a loan broker. Oh, whoa, Rich. Rich, you want to jump on here for a second? Let's have a little chat, man. I don't care if you're on one device or two devices. We don't have to make calls, brother. Cam Financial Realty. Well, actually, it doesn't matter because realtors can set up referral agreements with just about anybody, from what I understand. Cam broker better. Okay. But here's the thing, Rich. What we're thinking about is getting the freaking every time that there's a listing, right? Somebody wants like super retail value. We are going to basically hand it off to a realtor. Doesn't matter if it's going to be a realtor here, like in that market, or a realtor that's just going to find another realtor in that market and get the referral fee, which is 33% of a commission. Is pretty high referral fee, right? And then the same thing for loan originator, right? So basically, so right now we're trying to do wholesale. Hey, what's happening, Rich?
What's going down?
How you doing, man? So if you heard me, right now we have wholesale, sub 2, right? We're trying to either wholesale or creative it, maybe innovation, but then we need that downstream for these leads. We need the downstream, like, hey, a retail agent picks it up. Maybe it's just one partner that we have who all they do all day is set up referral agreements with a bunch of agents around the country where those listings are, right? Maybe a
And then we get a
does,
referral fee on those.
right. There's a mother load of
Can't
these.
get a referral on a mortgage, but you can get a referral on real estate for some reason. So
The mortgage you can originate anywhere, right? Isn't that how it
no,
is?
I'm only licensed in California.
Because I was talking to this other gal who reached out to me about origination. I forget, maybe she was not an originator. She was like loan something, some kind of loan officer.
Yeah, some people can be licensed in all the states, but my company doesn't offer that.
Uh-huh.
So they're just in California. That's it. So like if it was like what are those other brokerages? I can't
Like
even think about it. Not EXP, but like what is the name of them? But there's some places are licensed like in all 50 states, and if you get those licensed in those states, then then you can provide that in those states. But you can't do referrals. They like get all butthurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But with real estate, if you referred it out, you can ask for 30% of the net commission.
Uh-huh. Dude, that's exactly.
All day long, and you just sign a contract.
Right. And so now we did this before. Ivan and I did this before like a year ago. But I think our partner in that game was not super like committed / innovative with that thing. And so, he was at EXP, which actually I think makes it easier if you're at EXP, but that's just me. Maybe it doesn't. You just got to be plugged
because
in.
they're branched out everywhere.
And then you're like, well, hey,
Yeah.
I've got a lead right here. If you want that lead, push this button, DocuSign my referral agreement, grab the lead, right? I'll send that lead to you right now. Simple.
I guess that's if they want to list, right?
Correct. Yeah. How you doing?
If that particular person wants to list, then yeah.
Well, if they want retail.
Yeah.
And don't mind listing it. Yeah.
What is up, everybody?
How are you? Good to see you, man.
Yeah.
Oh. Nice to see you, Liam. I have a question.
Mr. Ivan. Yes, what's your question?
Yeah, I have a question to Rick. It would be great to hear your comments on the leads from the real estate point of view.
Oh, as an agent?
Yeah, as an agent. It's really interesting for me as a beginner, for example, how I can share these leads with my real estate partner in the state where I work, for example. So
that's a really good question. I mean, really what it comes from is like a solution-based standpoint, right? We're getting these leads so we can solve these people's problems, but sometimes they don't meet the threshold of what our problems are, right? And so what that looks like is they have a lot of time. They don't need to sell it quickly. There's nothing that's really motivating them to sell fast. And so in that case, it probably is the best opportunity or for them to make the most amount of money on their home is to go and list with a real estate agent. And so just by the nature of things, some of the leads that you get are going to be like that. They're not quite ready to sell yet. Some of them, they'll have tags saying, I want to sell in 4 or 5 months. I'm not ready quite today. And so what that looks like is, hey, if you don't need to sell for 4 or 5 months and you're already getting a game plan going, then you can have local relationships with real estate agents where they will pay you a commission. And even if you're not a licensed agent, like I am, so for me, it's easy to collect a commission from another agent because I'm a licensed agent. But technically, as a licensed agent, I can't give a kickback or referral to anybody who isn't a licensed agent. But what they can charge me is a marketing fee, which then you can charge off the commission that they make. And so that's a way to really maximize each lead that you get.
So we're aware of that now. So Ivan's question was to Rich. What Rich thinks, because Rich is an agent that's buying these leads. Like how you have you done it with these leads already, Rich? Like sent it off to like
List
a
the
different
property?
part of California and listed it, or listed it yourself? Yeah.
No, because I don't buy anything outside of my area typically. I mean, I just bought one recently up in Northern California, and but that was already listed. It's already listed with a wholesaler, and
Did you get a refund for it?
so there's no room for me on that one. But yeah, if I can't, I didn't request anything yet. Like I said, I just saw it and I just called it, and then I looked at the notes, and this guy, it's already been foreclosed. The bank already owns it, but he has an agreement with the bank to sell it. And I'm like, well, it looks like they're selling it for a loss, and he's trying to make a spread on it. I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to touch it anymore. And plus, the neighborhood's kind of shaky on the values, and I'm just like, no, thank you. But I'll reach out. I'll reach out, send an email. But Liam is right about that with we're getting referrals. You know, anywhere from 20 to 30%. If you're dealing with someone nice and you're giving them a free deal, usually they'll pay you 30% net commission out of their net commission or their gross. You can ask for whatever, and and get paid that referral. Now, if you're not an agent, yeah, you might be able to structure some kind of marketing fee agreement. I don't have an agreement like that, but I'm already licensed, so it doesn't really matter. I can refer anything anywhere in the country and get a referral fee for that.
Yeah, and I've done those contracts. I think we're very aware of the process. It's just that we're trying to. The execution is the hard part of it. Like, where the fuck do you find agents that are in every state, and then that are not going to screw you and actually list it and tell you about that listing?
Yeah, no, you get the agreement signed before you do anything, before you give them the address, anything like that.
Right. Hopefully,
and then
hopefully the agreement scares them enough to act ethically, right?
I just ask
you. Your best bet is work with like someone with EXP.
Yeah, I gotta get a connection with like some kind of executive at EXP. Is the way that conversation needs to happen.
Yeah, they're just so independent in each state. It's going to be hard to. You can pull up their directory and find anybody, you know. So
they're real estate referral.
After a couple phone calls,
On Facebook, there are various agent referral networks. So you can join a real estate agent referral network. And then some of them will be for agents only. Some of them, there's different parameters, but they're all over.
That is true. Yeah. You just Google that.
Wait, but you Google what? Referral network?
Yeah, just real estate agent referral network.
Or Liam might even have a site.
Yeah, I'm in a couple agent referral networks on Facebook.
Oh, dude, nice. Okay, all right. No shit. Ooh, thank you. All right, that's a step forward. I have not seen these yet, so that's very cool. I wonder if we can advertise.
Hey, that's why we're doing this. Discovery time.
This is awesome. I mean, shit. I don't know if you have to be licensed or not, but I'm sure we'll get in there. We've got so many friends. That's awesome. Ivan, just sent you a message on WhatsApp about the leads. I don't really see them in here in the Google sheet.
But
does Liam want to try to call some of those leads I had on Saturday or Sunday or whatever it was, whatever day it was? Saturday.
Oh, dude, we've got so many. We've got a backlog like you wouldn't believe. Frankly,
yeah, I did get that guy from Boise, Idaho, to call me back.
You did, dude. That was a good deal. Or maybe, well, it depends on which Boise lead that was, because there's a couple.
Yeah, it was. Dude, the house is like 780, and he moved back to California. He sent me like photos. It looks pretty nice. I don't know what to do with that lead, dude. That could be like a referral for an agent, because the guy wants top dollar, you know, and there's really nothing wrong with the house. It's actually pretty nice. And I looked at the Zillow, it was like 780 in Boise. I was like, shit. I don't know what to do with that, but to probably just list it, because the guy's not there. So I could definitely, follow up with that and see what if he does want to list it with an agent, because I don't know anybody that buys homes for full price at that high price point. You know what I mean? Because that's a bit
Did
much.
you pitch him on? Did you pitch him on creative?
You know what I'm finding?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I don't know a lot of creative deals to structure.
Here's my theory, and I'm almost like super convinced in this. My theory is that if, like, take a closer, right? A real estate, like take Liam, let's say, or take Naaman, they're gonna gravitate towards like the strategy that they prefer the best, whether it's creative or cash or whatever, or maybe not everybody. I think Liam's pretty versatile, but like JC we had on yesterday, JC was not super strong with cash offers. He almost like purpose because he makes money with creative. He kind of like gets high on his own supply type of deal, right? So he wants creative deals so he can lock more properties. He's already got 9 properties and stuff too. So he subconsciously, I think, and if JC's watching this subconsciously, he's like, all right, I'll make the cash offer. It'll probably flop because I want a creative anyway. You know what I'm saying? I thought about it. Like I'm like, interesting. So, but that's why it's good to have closers.
Well, like these creative deals, that's where the owner holds on to the mortgage still, right? And then like he's paying them, paying the owner, and then maybe renting it out to someone and making the split and the difference.
That's exactly the model. Yeah.
I always find it crazy that owners will let you.
It's almost like you have to like wear a different hat when you cash offer stuff to like totally different hat. Maybe even better if it's 2 different people. Probably a little bit easier to make that transition, that switch. But that switch, I feel like it's definitely there. There's definitely a switch there. But hey,
it's like different situations require different solutions, and I think that's what it comes down to. So like with that Boise lead, if they really want top dollar for their house, and Boise's a hot market, there's going to be people who are willing to rent it on Airbnb, rent it to a tenant buyer, rent it to all certain different things, and that would be an excellent type of property to take down subject to, just because then you can rent it out on the back end and start making money that way. And then Rich, to your point of it's crazy that a lot of homeowners would let you do that, but the way that you pose it makes a lot of sense, because really what they want is maybe there isn't that really high drive to like get out of the house, and they don't want to pay that 6% agent referral, right? Maybe they have like no equity whatsoever, but they want to get out, to move somewhere else, to move closer to their family, to move closer to X, Y, or Z, right? And so there's a ton of different situations and where it makes sense. And then also, maybe they're behind on their mortgage, or maybe, they can't afford the payments anymore. There's 100 different reasons why it does make sense. And It's just about,
it just always blows my mind that they're willing to put their liability, like have their liability stick out there. And if I do understand that they can take the property back if the investor stops making payments, or for whatever reason happens, that the the mortgage holder, the previous owner, would have to take back over on the payment. So for me, it just sounds risky, like I can see if you pose it the right way that they're willing to take that risk. But if someone ever offered me like something like that, I don't think I'd actually take it, because it's still on my credit. It's still maybe affecting me on the debt to income ratio for something else I want to buy, or who knows, but as long as they're getting that mortgage paid for, like I said, I don't know in this Boise, if it's close to the mountains, and if Airbnb could work, I'd have to look on Airbnb and see what's being rented. And because it is a higher price point, the mortgage is already probably pretty expensive, I would imagine. But again, I haven't really pitched any of those deals. I'm too like, I don't know what I'm doing. No matter how many books I read. But yeah, this guy only owes, geez, hardly anything, like 100. What does he owe on this thing? Wells Fargo, 2014, 133,000. Fuck, he's got a lot of equity in this thing. So
does he rent it out?
If he didn't have a lot of equity, then maybe. No, it's just vacant. It's just sitting there vacant right now. He already moved back to California.
He would be a really good opportunity for a sub two, because right now he's still there paying what, 133,000. How much is the property worth?
Like 790, according to Zillow.
So he's just sitting on $790,000 worth of property taxes every year. And could he list it on the market and get a ton of money for it?
His tax amount's only $2,300.
That's actually,
because he bought it.
That's really good.
Yeah. So he actually bought it. Let me see when he bought it, because that's when your tax base is going to be. Beasley, Voss. Yeah, he bought it in 2009. So he's had it for 12 years. Yeah, if you want to call this, dude, I'm more than happy to take this lead, bro. I want to hear what you do with it, because I can also send you the photos.
I love that shit. When people bring their
me. Yeah, because I'm still a newcomer to this, so I don't want to fuck it up.
So what have you pitched him on?
Here, let me. Nothing, because it was late when he texted me like at 9 o'clock at night or something, like after we were done with this whole thing on Saturday, and so I was just texting him, and I'm like, hey, send me some photos, and he sent me some photos, so I can forward you the photos. But it's like it's really nice conditions. It's a nice house.
Have you talked to him on the phone yet?
I did. I think he actually called me. Actually, I want to say he did call me. We did speak. Yeah, he called me. So, and then after that, I was like, hey, just send me some photos so I can take a look at this thing, see what the current condition is, see what I can possibly offer you. And that's as far as it went, because I was already driving to a friend's house at that point, so I didn't really have much to go off of. It was already pretty late. You know what I mean? And as far as the conversation, we didn't get very far. You know what I mean? I was like, hey, just send me photos. I'm already left the office. And so he's waiting for a call back, basically.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll give him a call. Does he know your name? If I brought your name up,
he'll just know that we spoke on Saturday.
Sure, yeah, that's
I would
good
think
enough.
so, but you'd just be like, hey, you called us back on Saturday night to one of our agents, and he was already pretty much leaving, but you did send him some photos. Do you want me to send you these photos?
Yeah, sure.
What's your phone number? I'll text.
Just put it in the private chat. And then for the lead information, you can also just paste that in the private chat. And, yeah.
Okay. 6. Oh my gosh. You got 3 6s?
I know. I do.
8.
Has to do with the red hair,
That's all right, give me 1 second. I gotta jump off here.
There's a really, really excellent podcast that I was watching today. It's by Pace Morby and Bigger Pockets, and it's the one that's the 5 questions that he asks every single seller. I would recommend any of you guys watching right now, go check that out. Those 5 questions are huge because it really steps into the way that I sell and I pitch, is that I'm not coming in trying to close these people or trying to be pushy or kind of an aggressive sort of style that we see a lot of, high-level closers do, kind of the old school thinking kind of used car salesman, right? That sort of thinking. And so it really embodies the way that I personally think is the most efficient way of selling, which is really connecting with the seller, building that relationship, and making it a, not like a combatant thing where it's me versus you, but it's us working as a team, right? And so both get this thing across the finish line because it's in their best interest to get it sold, or it should be, right? If they're reaching out, and if it's my best interest in buying it done, right? We're working as a team to get it done, and kind of moving into that realm of like, coming together as one on that deal and making something happen on that end. That is that's the way that I like to go about it. And he gives 5 questions that you should ask sellers and how you should phrase them and pose them and how you can utilize them. It's just super, just like really insightful into how, it kind of opens up psychology of just talking to people.
I'm gonna have to find that. I've listened to him talk a lot, but I don't think I've heard it put all in one format like that.
Have you listened to that podcast?
Not not that
Oh.
one specifically. No, you might have to send me the link.
Yeah, I just listened to it today twice just to make sure that I digested all of it. It was really good. And that was the first Bigger Pockets podcast that I've listened to, and would certainly recommend more of them, I'm sure. The guy who's the host seems to be fairly knowledgeable, which I'm sure happens once you're running your own wholesaling team and whatnot, and you have 530 real estate podcasts. That's 530. That's like 10 days of podcasting. That's even more. It's like 20 days of podcasting. That's a ton of time. Talking about this boring stuff. 20 days.
So, Liam, let's start dialing. Yeah?
Yeah. I guess I can get started on another lead. I suppose I was waiting for Rich to... Oh, there you go. I just got it. Sweet. Perfect. I'm getting the lead information right now from our good friend Rich, and then I'm going to give him a call, and we can start closing a deal. And then Alice, I'm just putting it in the chat for you to comp real quick.
So, what's the state and city?
It is in Boise, Idaho.
Okay.
Boise, Idaho.
Be great to announce the location, the state and city before we will calling.
It's probably a good idea. I like that, Ivan. Yeah. Uh-oh, I just knocked my key. You guys get to see that my life is a facade. All right, I think I'm getting the name and number right now. Oh, this is gonna go well. I've made a new setup here where the camera's a bit lower down, because before I was kind of looking at like the top of my head and I was like, that's kind of a weird angle. And so kind of have it down here, and I have like this remote charging pad, and I got my microphone above it. So hopefully I can just set my phone down and just keep my hands free, and you guys will be able to hear the seller and me, but we'll find out. Got the number, calling them now. And I think their name is Lyric. You guys got to let me know if you can.
Leave your message for.
Oh.
This is Bob. Please leave your message.
Okay, so his phone is off. What a bummer. We waited all that time. And Ivan, for the lead sheet, I still don't quite have access to that.
One moment.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, because I can just hop into another one.
Send me your mail to WhatsApp.
Got it.
And you have short instructions from Jean in private chat about. So waiting for your.
Cool. Got it. There we go. Third time's the charm. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna call another one then. Get it pulled up here. Wasn't able to get in touch with our friend Lyric. That's all right. That's how it goes. Today, I don't know what it is about this Monday, but my contact rates have been super low. And so the ones marked in yellow are, got it. The ones we haven't called. Okay, so we are going to be cherry picking a little bit right now, guys, because we're going to get high quality, best ones to close right now. We're going to kill it. I'm feeling pretty good about that.
Let's get it.
Sweet. All right, let's take a look at this. All right, do you have access to it, Alice, too?
I do not.
Hey, Ivan, could we get Amber, not Amber, could we get Alice access? Amber is the
You called that lady Alice the other day on the phone. She said, I am
Oh
not
my God. She got mad. Yeah, well, she got rightfully mad.
Alice, send me email to private chat also, please.
All right, let's see here.
On my email?
Yeah, email. Amazing.
Okay, so the one that we're looking at right now is Amber. And Amber, what's up with her? She lives in Cushing, Oklahoma. Where's that? Let's see. Open up my Google Maps. A handy dandy. All right, and Cushing. Oh, I'm getting a callback from our friend Lyric. So let's just talk to him, see what we got. Hello, this is Liam.
Hello?
Hello, is this Lyric?
Yes, Lyric.
Lyric, my name's Liam. My friend Rich talked to you, I think, on Saturday, and I was just reaching out for him on his behalf.
Okay.
Yeah, so could you just catch me up to speed on your guys' conversation? It was just about your property that you were looking to get sold.
Right. Yeah, the property is on Louisiana.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and all the information you want, all the inside or outside of the property you want to take a look, you can go on YouTube.
Sure, yeah, I've got the photos right here. I'm just wondering if you could catch me up to speed on the conversation that you had already.
What do you mean? I just sent him a picture. I haven't talked to him about anything yet.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, starting from square one. So for this then, what are you looking to sell it for? I know you live in California, right?
Right.
Gotcha. So why are you looking to sell it?
You mean why? Because I moved here. I got my kids live here, so I moved to California. So I want to sell off the property.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So are you renting it out right now, or what's the status of it?
No, it's still vacancy.
Okay, okay.
And I just have it packed inside a couple weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
Because before I want to get a pen and carpet replace those stuff, but I couldn't find any people do it for me because it's in the big town, so a lot they are busy. It take around 6 to 8 weeks to get it done for the job for either carpet replace or the paint.
Sure.
So that's why I haven't changed the carpet or the paint yet. But last couple of weeks I found someone did the painting inside for me already. So I think that's how I just need the carpet replaced. That's all. It's perfect, you know.
Yeah, it sounds like it's in pretty good condition. I saw the photos. It looks really nice. So what's your time frame then on this?
What do you mean time frame?
As far as when you're looking to get it sold?
Within a month is fine.
Within a month? Okay. So what are you looking for in a cash offer?
I don't know. You just give me how much you want. You can take a look at the property and give me the offer. See how much you can offer me. I don't know the price, I don't know because I'm not a real estate person. All I want to do is just sell it, But if someone don't give me the good offer, then I sell it, I don't because I don't know how much it's worth, I can see it's on the Zillow, but I don't think it's the accurate price.
Gotcha.
So whatever you look at, just give the offer. It's good that it's right, and I sell it.
Yeah, I see that you had it listed for a while and you ended up removing the listing. Did you have any offers on the property?
No, I haven't got offer on the property because I heard that the realtor told me that because people, when they look at it, they want the color change, they want the new painting, because when they buy the house with the price like that, they don't want to have the old stuff in there, but they don't understand that I couldn't find people to do it for me, so that's why.
Gotcha, I see. So they were wanting a move-in ready house.
Yeah, I have to move because I don't want to link my kid school, college here, so that's why we have to move out.
Sure.
With the
Oh, yeah.
stay there, wait for people like that.
I see. Yeah. Well, that totally makes sense. You got to get out to California to support your kids, having trouble getting it sold. That makes sense. I mean, so there's not a number that's just to make it, makes you happy, walk away from the property?
You tell me the number. You give me a number.
Well, Lyric, I'll be honest with you. I'm an investor. You're not going to like my number. I'm looking to come in and make a deal for myself, I don't want to come in and offend you. I mean, I want to meet you where you're at rather than you meet me where I'm at.
Yeah, but at least you can look at the property, you research it, you look around, you can tell me how much you can, if it's good, then we sell, Or we can negotiate. At least I know what's your number.
Well, I think it's kind of funny, when people go to sell their car on Craigslist, they would never think about putting their car on there without any price attached to it or anything like that. But when it comes to their most expensive asset, they're trying to, I mean, I know I would put my price on it first.
Yeah, that like when we listed, that how much we listed. The first thing when we listed is I think $869, I believe.
Gotcha.
It dropped out to 800, something like that.
Yeah, I see you got that the listing got removed right at 800,000. And so if it didn't get sold at 800,000, how far off do you think that you were?
You tell me, because when you get the direct buy, like cash offer, then you can calculate it. You can subtract from whatever we pay for the fee for the agent instead, for the broker instead, But I think there's at least 50,000 off, at least, So whatever you offer me, then it's good, then I sell it, because I think it's probably very good, very easy to sell it. I have time to replace the carpet and change the color outside and the perfect because a lot of people like that property, but the thing is, there's still some need to replace in order for them to offer. They want to spend money and go there and do it. They want to just move in, and live there. They don't want to do it. So that's why they don't get it. They couldn't get the offer. That's what my realtor told me. So she asked me to go change the carpet, but I couldn't find anyone. Because I live in California. So that's why I found your webpage. That's why I think, okay, I should rather just send directly to someone who have time to do it, or someone who want to invest to it, and they have time to do it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't want to get that at it.
Okay. So with this, I know you're mentioning your realtor. Are they still involved in the process with you?
No.
Gotcha. Are there any other people that I should know about who are helping you make the decision at all, or helping you through the process?
No, I don't know. I don't know anyone.
Just you?
Because
Okay.
Because I'm very busy for my kids' school or something. I just moved here, so a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I hear you on that.
Yeah.
So you want me to give my number first? I will. I mean, how does 500,000 in cash make you feel?
Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, bless you. Okay, welcome. Yeah. What
Hey,
you say?
did you hear me?
I couldn't hear you.
I was thinking about coming in right at around 550,000 in cash.
No, I don't think that's right for me.
No? How far off am I?
Because, that's probably you see the backyard, everything, because that's area, only my house is, you got a big backyard that people who, I heard that a lot of people like that one because they can put a pool in there. They want to be able to put a pool, swimming pool in there. But I couldn't find a place like mine. But what you say, 550 is too low for me. So whatever you think, and you think it's fair for you, for me, then give me offer.
Mm-hmm. No, I hear you. I mean, how far off am I?
So that's what I don't know. I couldn't tell you how much, how far, because I don't know the real price. But
So how do you know if I give you an offer that's fair? If I give you an offer that you like, how do you know when it's there then if you don't know what you're going to take for it?
Yeah, at least, I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know. It's hard for you and hard for me too. I can tell, whatever you say, I understand. At least I give you the number I want, right? And we negotiate from there. But I don't have it, the number in mind. All I want to do is I can make it, I can sell it, with a good deal. I think it's a good deal, but I cannot tell you. The problem is I cannot tell you how much is my good deal because, but you already give me the offer 550, but I don't think it's right for me or into this month, no.
Well, I hear you. I mean, you're not giving me any numbers back. You're not giving me any numbers back.
My realtor, the one who did for me, she already gave me a cash offer for 620, but we didn't do it.
Okay. So if I give you, so with that 620, why didn't you take that offer?
I don't want to. That's too low for me,
So 620 is too low.
Yeah, but I'm still more than that. Why you more than that,
Mm-hmm.
You look at that's the area, how much per square foot? At least 250 to 70 something per square foot.
Okay.
In this moment, but she offered me that she that she can make more.
When you're giving me, yeah. No, I hear you on that. I mean, Lyric, you're giving me a lot of numbers that you won't take. Just, to be honest, negotiating is a tough process and it takes a long time. And I just want to make a deal happen. What's the number that you would take to walk away? $720. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at that really quick. Tell me a little bit about the appliances. Are they in good condition? Are they new?
The appliance is I left all my stuff in there because I couldn't move it, so I left everything in there. It's not new, but the microwave is brand new. Yeah, I put a new microwave in there. That's all. The fridge, the washer, the dryer, the.
Alice, I'm pretty certain it's worth more than 550. I'm not sure what is up with that comp, but things are looking like it's worth closer to 800.
Everything in there is when I sell it, it belongs to people who buy it. Because I couldn't move it here, so that's why I rather just leave it there for whoever buy the property, then they get it, because all this is good. If you think of buy it for rent, then it's good, because you don't have to spend money for those. Because everything's still there. A very nice house.
Yeah, Lyric, I mean, if that 720 is your firm number, I don't know if I'm your buyer. That's still just a little bit high for us for a cash offer explicitly. You don't have any wiggle room on that?
You tell me. All I say is that, You tell me. If it's good, then we go from there. But at least I had to discuss with my wife. She used the number that you offer. but that whatever I told you is the truth. That the number you told me and the number that my realtor offered me, that you know, but we walk away when we don't want it.
Gotcha.
But,
Yeah.
whatever you asked me, I already told you. So you tell me a number, I tell myself to my wife that it's okay that we go from there. We don't, you know.
So how do you see the process moving forward in your eyes? What's the best way to do that then? Well, as far as you have to discuss with your wife, make sure everything lines up. How does it work in your eyes? It works different for every seller.
I don't know, because we have to discuss, you know, if you give me the right number, I just tell, okay, that's someone offer the house like this, blah, blah, blah. So we should do it, or we should not. We shouldn't do it, or we shouldn't do it. You know, if it's okay, then we go from there.
Okay, yeah. So
yeah, because it's a husband and wife, you know, we have to talk to her. Okay. So if you give me the right offer, like good around you, then like I said, fair value.
Okay. So you're at 720, and I don't think I can do that. You don't have any wiggle room off that 720?
Yeah, tell me. I haven't talked about it. I can't tell you a number.
So you just want to do number back and forth until we find one in the middle that makes us both happy?
You don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time here. You know, you just tell me.
No, I don't. That's why I just want to know where I can meet you at, right? If you give me a number that I think I can probably do, let's just meet there. I want you to walk away with as much as possible.
Yeah. So you just give me the number.
Let's see. I think that the highest I can go cash is going to be right around the 635 mark, and that's probably my absolute limit for a cash offer.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I appreciate for your trust, but I don't think that's you know, we can do it, because if we cannot sell it cash offer, then I have to go back there and replace carbon and put off the get my another realtor do it for me to sell it, you know.
Okay.
But I appreciate if you have you change your mind, or you give them.
Well, Lyric, it sounds like you're getting ready to hang up on me, but we've only discussed cash offers so far. I mean, you haven't explored any other ways yet, have you?
It's real hard.
So if I offered you $700,000 in cash right now, would you accept that?
Yeah.
Okay. So 700 sounds like a number for you. So with that, I can come up and offer 700,000. That I 100% can do. However, for that, if I'm going to come up there, you're just going to have to give me the benefit of time, and that's it.
What do you mean benefit of time?
The benefit of time. Well, could I tell you a little bit of a story, Lyric, really quick?
Sure.
Okay. So this is my infamous Ford F-150 story, and I love telling it to people. We do a lot of deals this way, which is why I've created this nifty little story. So my dad, he was a contractor for 35 years, and for that, he drove this old Ford F-150. He put on like 350,000 miles. He went on Kelley Blue Book after he retired. He wanted to sell the truck. He found out that it was worth right around $5,000, and so that's what he put it on Craigslist for. He had it on Craigslist for, I think, like 6 or 7 months, and it was just sitting in the driveway collecting dust, the car was. And for 6 or 7 months, he was getting offers at 3, 2, I think he might have even gotten an offer as close to 4,000, but he wasn't getting anywhere near the 5,000 that he wanted. I mean, what the car was really worth. So eventually I was like, hey, Dad, you've really had that thing sitting in the driveway for quite a while. Why don't we change the listing and change one little thing so we can get you more money for it? He was like, well, what's that? Well, let's change it so that you can accept payments on it. So that's what we changed. Instead of having it listed at $5,000 cash, we accepted $500 a month for 12 months. And so then all of a sudden, he got 12 offers in 3 hours. We had to turn off the listing, and he ended up getting it sold, I think, for like $6,500. And it just took, 12 months, and people made payments on it. So he ended up getting it sold for what it's for. That right there is how I'd be able to come up to that 700,000 number and meet you right there.
It's not cash offer, is it?
Exactly, yeah. It's different than a cash offer.
You say that in a cash offer?
No, for a cash offer, the highest that I can come up is $635.
That's it's not cash offer because one is okay, it's cash offer. That's
Okay.
not one cash offer.
Okay.
Whenever you come up, then you have to be cash offer.
So for the 700 then, with what I've described, what do you hate about that idea?
No, I cannot do it because I don't want to get anything about that. I don't want to stuck in that property because when I want to sell it, I sell it. That's it. I don't want to get anything stuck in it.
Well, I hear it, yeah. And you don't want to be stuck with it. That totally makes sense. And what's really nice about that is that you do sell it to us immediately, within 30 days. From now, if we accepted a thing tonight, you would sell it to us within 30 days. We would take title. It would no longer be a headache. We would cover all the remaining mortgage. We would make you payments every single month. We would take over taxes, maintenance, tenants, toilets, everything like that, and completely remove it from a headache in your life. Does that make sense?
When you say I understand, but I say all I need is, just snap. You give me the money, you get title of the house. That's it.
Okay.
When we get the right number, that's it.
So you're really only looking just for the right number. I mean, if I'm going to be completely honest, just from an investor's perspective and understanding the way that the markets work, I think 635 is going to be one of the higher offers that you're going to receive in cash. And that's just the way that it works, because as an investor, we're not coming in to live in the house ourselves, right? And that's going to be the retail buyer who's going to offer the most amount of money. And so if you're looking to get closer to that 700 number, I think the only two ways that you're going to be able to do that would be to relist it on the market and then pay your 6% commissions and closing costs, stuff like that, and start getting real offers on it. Or
if I put it on the market, I cannot put 700, because I already put 799, and now I put 6,000 for repair. I mean for the pending. I don't want to put 700,
Well, if you put it back on the market, so you put 6,000 in repairs, right? But you didn't get any offers at 800, so maybe it was a little overpriced.
I don't know. Maybe right, but we can adjust the price. It's not that much, I can adjust 100,000 different. I cannot do that. I don't do that. When you sell property, what the value around your property. How much was worth.
Well, let me ask you this, Lyric. If you relist the property, are you going to relist it with the exact same agent?
No.
No? Do you have another agent in mind already?
Yeah, I have someone in mind.
You have someone in mind?
Yeah, she told me, she's already told me that someone is very interesting in my home. But all I need to do is and to change the carpet, and she had a list for me. But in my mind, me and my wife, we just think that if we don't have time to change it this year, from now to the end of the year, then we're going to do it by next year,
Then you're just going to relist it next year. Okay.
Yeah.
I still am just a little confused on what exactly it is that you hate about the idea of accepting payments on it. I mean, I would love to answer some questions about it. I totally get that you want a lump sum of cash. How much cash exactly do you need right now?
I don't need all I the home. That's all. You know.
And you've never thought about renting the house out, right?
No. No.
Okay.
Not for right now. Not for right now. Yeah.
Well, you know, another thing I like to explain it as is when you look at the totem pole of finances, right? You know who's at the very top?
No.
It's the banks, it's the lenders, it's the people who are giving money out to everybody else.
Right.
And so essentially what I would like to do in order to get you the most amount of money for your house, what your house is truly worth, I want to put you at the top of that totem pole and turn you into the lender. And really, you can make out on it like a pretty sweet deal. Because for me, in that instance, I'm not looking in to cut a deal and walk into equity, right? I'm looking to come in and I just want to make sure that every single month I would be able to make money on the property. I'm not concerned about equity at that point. And so with that then, we can figure out a plan that over the life would make you a lot more money, especially than if you were to just list it. Because even if you sell it at 800,000, you're only walking away with around 700, right? After all closing costs, realtor fees, everything said and done.
Well, 740, I believe.
740. So I mean, at most right now, if you can sell it at 800, and that's if you can, you're walking away at 740, right? And what was my offer was 720. I mean, honestly, if I'm going to be honest with you, I could probably come up to that 740 and probably do a little bit better. Seriously, I guess here would be my offer. I can probably come up to 750. That's tentative. I don't know if I can do that. I would have to check my numbers, but I would assume that I can come up to 750. So this right here is probably going to be your absolute highest offer. If I can come up to 750 and we just do payments, what about that idea would you hate?
I don't want to get into the payment or anything. All I need to just, that's it.
Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Well, Lyric, really what it sounds like for you is the best opportunity for your house right now would just to be to sell it on the market. And I'm an agent myself, and my honest not in Idaho or anything, but my honest recommendation is if there's an agent that's telling you you need to fix a couple things in order to find buyers for it at that price, we're in the absolute hottest market that we've ever been in. My honest opinion is that it doesn't sound like they're a very great agent. And of course, I don't know them, and you may have a personal connection to them, but that's not something I would ever advise my clients on, especially in a market like we're in right now. And if you'd be open to it, I have a lot of very high-level luxury connections in the Boise market. I would love to connect you with one of my good friends who would shoot you straight, be completely honest, and they're not trying to sell you. They do more than enough business already. Would that be something you're interested in? And that way, at least you can walk away with a little bit of extra advice, even if we don't come to an agreement ourselves.
So you just have them call me. So whatever, they want to know, then let them know, But as long as sign paperwork or anything to stick with that one to be my agent, then I cannot do it. Because I have someone in my mind right here.
So you're not looking to sign with somebody, or you're looking just to sign with a person that you already have in mind, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah, I think because that lady, she's helped me something, she's been helping me, so I want to be honest and be, loyalty with her, be honest with her.
No, that's totally fair.
Right now, yeah.
That loyalty is super important. But she isn't the one that listed your house last time, right? It's a different agent. Well, listen, my friend, listen. I'm going to have to hop off the horn here, but if you'd like to accept that $750,000 offer, I will be here. And if you can come closer to meet me on a cash offer, we can do that as well. You can save my number, write it down. But other than that, I think you're going to have no problem getting your house sold. It's a beautiful home.
Okay. Thank you for calling
Thank you, my friend. Please have a safe night, okay?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So right there in that instance, I went through my system, I went through my process, I went from A to Z to try and figure out what the best solution was for that guy. The cash offer wasn't going to work because his house was in too good condition, and there's just not enough margins on that to really give it to an investor. Rent-wise, it doesn't make sense to do it all in one lump sum, anything above 635. And 635 was already pushing it pretty high, given that he had it listed at 800, but it wouldn't sell there. It's also probably worth closer to 760, 770. And he'll find that out. And so then I moved to the sub 2 pitch, which is how I'd be able to give him more money, right? Give him really like almost exactly what the property is worth. And sometimes you can go above as long as you can cash flow. And in Boise, in a hot market like that, you can cash flow. You can cash flow. That's almost a given. And when he didn't want to do that, and he said he just needed a lump sum of cash right then, that's when I knew that, there wasn't anything I would be able to offer him that would help besides connecting him with a really good realtor in the area. But he already has that base covered as well. And so what I think is going to happen is he's just going to end up relisting and selling it on the market. And that's really what probably the best solution is for him, beyond sub 2. But it sounds like he is just not about that headache. So yeah, that's what we kind of came to on that. That thing about a wholesale offer is that people just have to be much more motivated than that. This guy has the complete luxury of time. He has absolutely nothing to be stressed about to sell the house quick. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Ivan, could I get edit access to the sheets so that I can just put in some notes for our... Never mind.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to reload. Let me see. Oh, yeah, thank you. There we go. Cool.
No problems.
I don't know where he is on the sheet, but talk to, that was Rick's lead. I don't know where he was at on that. But yeah, cool. But now let's go figure out where his next lead is. Miss Amber, how are you doing? Where is this? We're not calling that one.
Miss Amber.
Joe Sean. Ooh, Ashland, Kentucky. I know in Ashland, not in Asheville. Ashland is great. They've got a Walmart Supercenter. Oh, that's how you know we're doing well. All right. So we're going to give Joe Sean a little call here. It's probably getting a little late for him, but you know what? That's fine. We will bother him regardless. All right, Joe Sean. 2-bed, 1-bath. It's in good condition. It's vacant. They want to sell ASAP because he's tired of being a landlord. Ooh, so this right here, just based off my initial notes, what this tells me is it's in good condition, right? So we can come in and we can offer a cash offer depending on the area. And it seems like a pretty populated area, probably at the 1% rule, depending on what rents are. There's going to be an investor who will buy it at the 1% rule, almost certainly. It's kind of near Cincinnati. It's kind of in the central of a lot of stuff, but it's not a tiny town, right? They got a Walmart Supercenter. Okay. It's definitely not a huge metropolis, but it's not tiny either. Kind of just one of those nice mid-sized cities. So we're going to come in at that. And so that means the 1% rule should suffice. And I'm saying should. I don't know if it will, but otherwise then we'll go for the cash offer first because that's where the highest margins are. But what we can certainly hope for is to, I don't know, the sub 2 deal is really, I guess I'm thinking would be a really great one if he's tired of being a landlord. But we have to figure out exactly how tired he is. If he's really tired, cash offer all day. All right, let's give him a call. And is Alice here? Are you still here, Alice?
Yeah.
She is,
I'm
yeah.
here. I'm
It's
here.
advantage for her.
Wait. Wow, it's a 2-bed, 1-bath, built in 1880. Okay. So we've really got to ask some questions about the structure, the integrity, all that sort of good stuff.
Please leave your message for not.
Leanna's got buyers in Boise. I believe Leanna. She's got buyers everywhere.
Hello.
Hey, Joe Sean.
Hello, how you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. I usually get, who is this? That's my usual response when I call. But you filled out my website a couple days ago and saying you wanted a cash offer on your property in Ashland. Is that still the case?
Yes, sir.
Oh, well, aren't I in luck? I guess just catch me up to speed, everything about the property that's got you wanting to sell.
It's just common disperse of the property.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. So are you renting it out right now?
Not anymore.
So it's vacant right now?
Yes.
Okay. Have you been able to come and see it since the renters left?
Of course.
You live in Ashland as well?
Where you guys are located at?
I'm in Minnesota.
Did you get all the information on your website?
I think I got a decent amount of it here. I know, let me see. I know it's a 2-bed, 1-bath. It says that you were tired of being a landlord. Other than that, really, I just like to get the majority of the information from you. I mean, as far as condition goes, how would you rate it?
Fair condition. It's move-in ready.
It's move-in ready right now. Okay, that's great. What are rents out there? Is that what you were renting it for?
I can't tell you how I find my clients. I have pretty nice clients.
I mean, if you want me to rent it out for you, I mean, to buy it from you, I'd just like to know what you're renting it out for, see what I can offer.
No, I told you 1,000.
Okay.
You asked me what did I rent it out for. And I say I can't disclose of my clients' information.
Okay, that's fair.
Great.
You know what? That's fair. So about the property, I know the house is pretty old. How about major systems, roof, HVAC?
Cosmetic repairs.
Okay. That makes life pretty easy. And what kind of cosmetic repairs are we talking, though?
Paint, walls, and a little tile.
Okay. I mean, with the property that doesn't need any work like that, why don't you just rent it out again?
Sir, are you here to ask me about my situation? Or are you here to purchase?
I'm here to solve a problem, right? Because I may not be the right person to buy your house. But what I'm just looking for is to, come in, see about the property, see why somebody want to get rid of it in the first place, because there's always a story beyond the surface level, to make sure that we have it all up front, right? So that we're not finding out about stuff in escrow. That's really my job. Is that fair?
The title is clean.
That's perfect. As far as title goes, it's clean. That's really good to hear. The property seems to be in good shape. I mean, I guess then the next question is, what are you asking for it?
I would like you to go see it. Tell me, we can talk after you do your due diligence. Are you ever going to go inspect the property? Are you going to make an offer over the phone based on the information that I give you, and we're going to proceed from there?
I mean, really, ideally, I'm looking to get a deal done tonight. How much do you want for it?
235 Harrison Street.
I got three. I'm looking at 345. Well, it sounds like you're an investor. You do this. You got a couple properties.
I have another property, but someone's coming to get that tomorrow.
Got it.
That's 235 Kentucky Street, but 345 Harrison Street. Based on the information that you have, what's the home worth to you?
What's the home worth to me? It's kind of a funny thing. People would be crazy to go onto Craigslist and list their cars on Craigslist without a price on it. So why would you do that for a home?
You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's so much not interested. They just want to find out how much you want. So if you don't have any interest in the home based on the information, you're right. It may not be the perfect buy for you.
I like the way you operate. It sounds like you do a lot of these.
I just understand business, and I don't need you to play on my weak points or any of that information. If you're interested in the home, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, 1,100 square feet, with the fully refurbished roof for you all you need to do is come in and put down some flooring and some walling and paint in the inside. You have a wonderful home.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds like it. Sounds like it. I think that we're both coming at this. I think we're both coming at this from different sides of the aisle. I'm not coming in to try and screw you out of your home or walk away with everything, have you walk away with nothing. I see every single transaction that I do as a teamwork thing. It makes it easier on both sides, right? So if that's the impression that you're getting from me, perfect. So we're on the same page as far as that goes?
Yeah, so I just like to move. You know, if you need information from me, you need to come see the property. It's nothing. Everything is public record. So when when guys take you through these scripts, it's like, hey, let's just get to the fruit. What are we doing here?
That's fair. I mean, is there a complete walkaway number that you would take right now? Below $1 million.
What is it worth to you?
What's worth to me?
Look at the numbers.
The numbers are showing me right now.
What is the home value right now? What do you have on your system?
I could give you 27 in cash.
What is the home value? Don't read the tax appraisal from the county records and tell me that that's what you're going to offer me. What is the home value at right now?
So you don't like that 27 offer?
Where did you get that number from?
Well, that's from my finance department.
That quick?
I got them on speed dial in the office next to me.
You have them on speed dial? You never put me on hold to call anyone.
I just text them. They're right next to me.
You said speed dial. You didn't say speed text.
I like to be fancy with my language. Is that fair? I can CC them in if you'd like. I mean, you want to talk to them as well?
If they have an offer that's based on the numbers, and if they can even tell me what the home is worth, we can talk. Because I'm selling a property on 1 acre, approximately 5 miles away from here, not even, like 10 minutes in the park. And you're telling me that my trailer homes are worth more than my single family home? Wow.
Well, how far off am I then, Joshan?
What was that?
How far off am I?
How far? What was that? I didn't understand.
How far off am I with my offer?
It's not about being off. You didn't even tell me what the home was worth.
I told you what my offer was. I said 27.
How much the home is valued for on the market now in your system?
I see one right up the street for $37.5.
No, my home, not right up the street. 345 Harrison Street.
Well, how do you think, Joshan, can I be realistic with you here? Right.
Yeah,
I do real estate all the time. It's all I do, right? How do you think tax appraisers or an appraisal expert figures out the value of your property?
Based on a tax appraisal?
Not tax appraisal, professional appraisal, right? How do you think they figure out what your property is worth?
I don't have to think. I know how they do appraisals.
Right? And that's through looking at other properties. It's comping, finding comparables, right?
Of course.
Yeah. So you're saying not what is up the street, your house specifically. I'm seeing a comparable up the street for $37.5.
So why would you offer me 27?
Because I have a cash offer with a quick close.
Doesn't make a difference. 37,000. It doesn't say cash or credit or finance. It just says that home is worth 37,000. So when they come do the tax appraisal, They're not gonna say, if you buy this cash, it will be worth this, or if you buy it, how much is the home worth that you seen up the street, and what comparison did you make to mine to say, hey, this home is worth 37, I'll just give you 27.
You got to understand, as an investor, we have to come in and make money, right? That's the name of the game.
Okay, so
I understand that you understand business, right? How do you, right? If I'm coming in and I'm offering at market,
how much is the home market valued at right now?
Joshan, it doesn't sound like you want to sell me your house. Do you want an offer or do you not want an offer? Because listen, man, we're talking at $37,000. If you're just going to be if we're going to be wasting each other's time, what's the point of being on the phone? Do you want to do business or do you not want to do business?
It's a conversation. You're asking all the questions and you want all the answers. There's a lot of people out here buying homes, so if you want the home, you can talk to me and we can talk to each other. But if you're not interested in the home and you're just interested in, the one-way street conversation, hey, it's not going your way. I agree.
I feel like I gave you an offer and I haven't gotten anything in return. I didn't tell me how far off I was, didn't tell me what you thought about it.
How much is my home valued at? You told me I offered you $27,000. Well, I understand that. Now let's go back to the other question. In your system, what does it say my home is valued at? All of you guys' system is different.
Joshan, I'm going to be honest, man. I feel like we're really moving peas here.
So you're going backwards or you're moving forward with me?
I feel like I'm not really moving anywhere for. Is $37,000 what you're asking for the property?
So that's what my home is worth in your system?
What is it worth to you? I've already told you everything that I know.
I don't create the worth. You see, when they come do appraisals, they come take the statistics of the neighborhood based on the market.
Mm-hmm.
They place value on these homes. I don't give the home the value, so you shouldn't talk to me as if, what do you think your home is worth? $200,000.
The only difference is that I know you're not stupid. You clearly know business, just based on the way you're talking to me. You're probably the most knowledgeable person I've spoken to tonight.
Value that on the market. For you to tell me $27,000, what do you see the value at?
Listen, my friend, if you think that as a business owner that I can make money coming and giving cash offers at direct market value, how would you expect me to survive?
I asked you a specific question.
Mm-hmm.
What is my home valued at on the market in your system? You shouldn't jump ahead of my question. You should just deal with it. We've been 5 minutes here on one question that you don't want to answer. I don't know why.
Well, if I'm going to be honest with you, Joshan, it's because I don't have systems pulled up in front of me as I talk to you. I get the lead input form that you filled out. All the information gets forwarded over to my finance department. They're filling that out, right? And so as I'm just here, I focus on talking to the person and solving a problem, right?
Okay, so
you're asking me specifics.
Let's have a moment of silence until the information comes back. That's going to keep us.
Hey, Joshan, I'm going to be honest with you, man. We're working a $500,000 property. I got to get on that, man. If you want an offer, please feel free to call me back. If you don't, that's fine. We can part ways here, okay?
Yeah, if you want to make an offer, then send it on paper.
Joshan, please have a lovely night, okay, my friend? I don't think that dude wanted an offer on his property. He wanted to negotiate and delegate. We were never going to get anywhere with that guy.
I think he just wanted to have an outlet for his bad day.
Yeah, I think so.
It's like, dude, your property is worth what someone can buy it and what you're willing to let it go for.
Yeah.
What does the market say it's worth? I mean, could I maybe have handled that a little bit differently? Yeah, Naaman told me, yeah. Naaman was no doubt right.
Naaman, where are you at, man? I haven't seen you in forever.
All right, we're going to go on to the one right. Ooh. The next one is in Memphis, Loretta.
Hey, I like Memphis.
I like Memphis too. We got a 3-bed, 2-bath in good condition. It's apparently some pristine condition, and they're tired of being a landlord. It's tenant occupied right now. Oh, this is gonna be a sweet deal. I'm gonna call her right now, no delay.
Put the address over there for me. Let me look at it.
Or you can just tell the row number or whatever. Too.
The row. Let me. I don't
Row
think
number
I got
153.
Did you send it to me? Let me look.
Loretta.
Your call has been forwarded.
Oh, Loretta, we got to answer the phone tonight.
Hello?
Miss Loretta.
Yes.
Loretta, my name's Liam. You filled out my website saying you wanted an offer on your property, so I figured I should probably reach out.
Okay, well, right now I'm already in negotiation with another company.
Okay, and how much are they offering you?
I don't want to say right now. Can I call you back?
Call me back after you've already signed a contract with them. I can't let that happen. I want your property.
Well, they want it too.
How bad do they want it?
I got 4 properties. They're going to do a deal and they can close in 10 days. They give me everything I'm asking for.
So they're going to sell you 4 properties and close in 10 days.
Yeah, I'm selling them 4 properties.
You're selling them 4 properties. Okay.
Yeah, I'm free and clear.
All free and clear. Why are you selling all these properties, Miss Loretta?
Because I own 40 acres and want to build my dream house.
Oh, well, doesn't that sound like a lovely time?
Yep, and I'm sick of being a landlord.
Gotcha. So these are just 4 rentals, and then you're looking to cash them out. You'll figure it out from there. I see. You're smart. Smart. Are the people that you're talking to, are they local there to Memphis?
I don't know. They never say it.
You don't seem to know much about them.
No. What they made?
They're not wholesalers, are they?
I don't know.
Okay.
Let me look. Let me tell you the name of their company. Hold on, okay?
Yeah, let me look it up. I might know them.
Let's see. The Fix It Group Inc.
Fix It Group Inc.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't say that I've heard of them specifically. There's a lot of people with kind of generic sounding names like that. I mean, how much are you looking to get out of these?
Quite a bit.
Well, it's fair. It's 4 properties all wrapped into one.
Yeah. Hold on now. I'll tell you in a minute. Hold on.
Oh,
I
shit.
sent
Hey,
her an
Liam,
email with that thing on
we
there.
have to stand down
Let
on
me
this one. I'm
find it.
sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. It was this thing got.
You got a what?
I'm sorry, man. This thing got bought after we pasted the leads in there, and I think that might be who contracted it. It's a.
We got to call this one.
Yeah, I'm
Cool,
sorry,
no worries.
man. I know it's a good deal.
Miss Loretta, I just found out that the people who are buying your house, I know them well, and I'm not going to step on their toes, okay?
You did find out?
I did find out. We know them very well. Yep, that's just one of their business names. Yes, ma'am. They are lovely people. They're lovely people. They do excellent work. I would trust them very much. I can't do business with you because I just do not want to step on their toes, okay?
Okay, that's fine. Listen, I'm glad you talked. I appreciate it, but if they don't give me what I want, I'll be calling you back, and you ain't got nothing to do with that.
Sounds good, ma'am. You can save my number, okay? My name's Liam, Miss Loretta.
Okay, Liam, I'll do that.
Thank you. Be safe, okay? Hopefully you're just putting a good word for the other iSpeedToLead customer.
Yeah, man. I'm sorry about that. And
No, that's not.
There's yeah, it was we might have multiple ones like that in Tennessee because this customer joined SpeedToLead a couple days ago and bought everything that we have for Tennessee. So, Naaman. Naaman, don't do it. Shit. See, what you guys are supposed to do, you guys that are watching, you're supposed to send us a message when you contract something so we can mark it sold out. I'm actually going to ask my buddy Spencer which one because he told me he bought 4 leads and he contracted one of them.
Gene, if you look, Alice put the owner of the company in Tennessee in the chat, in the private chat, so we can see if that was a customer or not.
So it's not Spencer. Fuck.
Well,
but Spencer bought that lead, so we can't even touch that lead. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what happened. I mean, just got to it. So the thing is, though, they're not contracted yet. They're not contracted. So you better reach out to Spencer and say, hey, not yet. Nope. They're in negotiations right now.
Oh, wow. The hell's he doing? He might just save
Not getting it contracted yet. That's what we know. You guys can see my microphone arm hanging there. So you guys can hear the seller pretty well with my microphone setup?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't even got to use my hands anymore. I've got a little wireless charging pad that I just prop my phone on, so I keep a full charge. It's pretty sweet. My new setup is it's balling. It's cold call ready. All right, on to the next one. We're gonna go to Lance from Cut Off, LA. Where is this? What's LA? Louisiana. Okay. Yeah, so as it turns out, Cut Off LA is not a place we're gonna call tonight.
Why is it tiny?
Yeah.
Cut Off.
It's a place called Cut Off, dude.
And you know what, Liam? I think so here's the thing. I've been thinking about it. I'm like, all right, if we really want to make $100,000 a day, we're gonna have to make some trade-offs. You're going right now on the older leads.
We're gonna go down just to some newer ones.
Fuck that. Yeah, fuck the older ones. Go down to the ones that are, you know what I'm saying. So.
Ooh, we got one from Springfield, Ohio.
Hey, look, there's another Rome. I think we have an under contract in Rome. Rome, New York.
We have a tentative contract, although he's being a little dodgy as far as reaching back to him. Okay, so this one here, I'm doing row 240. Mr. Chief. What's up with Chief here? It's a 2-car, 3-bed, 2-bath. It needs paint, cabinets, which means it needs more. They want to sell in 2 to 3 months. Okay, because they're relocating and they live in it. Gotcha. All right. Very, very smart. Mr. Chief. Naaman says follow-up game week. Naaman, something tells me that your follow-up game is intense. It's real Sergeant-esque. Did you block my number? Drop down and give me 50. It's my Naaman impression. I think it's pretty good. Although he's not a drill sergeant, he's a staff sergeant. So maybe it's not a good impression, but oh well. Naaman, I would be horrified if I verbally gave you an offer and never signed.
Please leave your message for 9.
Liam, how you like the new furniture in the stream?
Hey, Chief, my name is Liam. You filled out my website saying that you wanted an offer on your property. I figured I would come in and offer right around, and I'm going to hang up on him. You know what I just realized would be a great idea? I think that let's build a spreadsheet that we can just, instead of, because right now, pretty much what the process is inside the private chat, Alice is there, putting all of her numbers up in there. But what would be easier is if we had like a little spreadsheet form, that way that like it's something that I could see live and then she could just plug all the numbers into as we're going. We can figure out how to build that later tomorrow, because that way when we're live,
for this thing.
What?
Maybe we just add columns to this thing.
I think that I don't know, because it would be nice to be able to have like actual formulas and values on it, so we can be like ARV this, and it kind of comes out to like a few different offers or something. I know there's like different there's probably something we can like literally just hijack and use. I doubt we'd have to buy anything or build anything.
So you're trying to get the ARV in there, and
yeah, pretty much just like being able to plug in ARV, what MAO would be, stuff like that, simple stuff, and just so I can have it be pulled up, and that way then we can like save it. And so we just create then like another sheet that way whenever because the thing is what I found out is, I was getting callbacks, right? And I was like, I've got no clue what the hell's going on with your property, what our offer is or anything like that. And then in this situation, then I can just go back to them and be like, oh yeah, this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of pick up where we left off. So we'll see what that looks like over time. Okay, but Chief did not pick up, but let's move up one to Mr. Gilberto in Rome. Oh, Chief is giving me a call back. Hello, this is Liam. Hello? Hello? He hung up on me. I'm calling back till he answers. No chance you're just gonna call me and then hang up on me. What did you say? Oh, Chief, are you there?
I'm not with him at the moment. May I take a message?
Oh, you know what? I have to get in contact with him specifically. I'm looking to buy his house. I guess the message would be, could you tell him to give me a call back?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't catch your name.
My name is Liam, L-I-A-M.
Okay, I have a nickel on the caller ID. Is that your direct line?
That is my direct line. You can text me, call me, FaceTime me if you wish. Most people don't do that, though.
Thank you.
Sounds good. What was your name?
My name is Jackie. I'm his wife.
Oh, well, Jackie, I hope that you have a very lovely night.
Thank you. You do the same.
Thank you. Bye-bye now. All right. Wife is Jackie. Google Sheet, Liam? Exactly. Yep.
I'm gonna make a post and see if there's a CRM that wants to sponsor our show and be the CRM of our show.
Dude, yeah, that would be sweet.
Because that's basically what we need, really.
I think that's probably, that is probably what we need. Okay.
It was like Google Sheet. Google Sheet's a pretty lousy CRM.
We're like, hey, we want to do $1 million this month. Google Sheets, baby.
Yeah, there's people that do it on a blackboard to $1 million. Chris Rude doesn't even have a CRM. Well, no, they have a CRM now.
Yeah, the thing is like you can have your deal tracking board be like a blackboard, right? But as far as like follow-up goes and the people that you don't have contracted, then that's where it makes sense to, have the CRM so we're able to do consistent follow-up and drip campaigns and all the fancy stuff like that, right?
But I think right now our problem, and yet we have to absolutely follow up because then we can make who knows how many. Our problem right now is just getting through even just getting through all the leads to find the good ones and then at least calling them.
Dude, if we get like a CRM set up and just start plugging things into there, like this stream could be like a pretty much near like Again, 24-hour type thing. Like I could just be streaming like in all my free moments, just dialing whatever, have somebody come on, hop, toss them a lead or two.
Sick 24-hour radio.
Right, dude? That'd be sweet. People come in, we're just closing deals. What if all of a sudden we become like the biggest wholesalers nationwide? And we don't know how to dispo.
And then we beat all the customers that we were trying to help.
There we go.
Look,
guys, we used our leads to build a business that's massive. We're no longer selling them to you because we're way too good now.
Hey,
Guys, write on the comments, would you like Liam call to your leads?
Ooh, yeah, that'd be fun too. I'd like to call your
They gotta
guys'
be good
leads
leads
as well.
though.
Yeah, the thing is, they have to be qualified. Otherwise, it's just like cold calling.
It'd be like this closer's thing, where it's like you call in a bunch of weird ass leads that people submitted from tweet. Liana submitted a lead from that she had 2 years ago. Hey,
it probably got called.
It contracted though, but that's a miracle.
Live, it contracted on
the Olympics. Yeah.
How, dude? So, yeah,
but there
some
were people
were
submitting bullshit.
Dude, yeah, some people were submitting some old leads, like really old leads.
By the thousands too.
How many leads did you put in, Gene?
We put in 100, and let me tell you, after I asked around other people what they sent in, I'm not surprised ours got fucking lost in the weeds somewhere. There were like
people were submitting a ton,
thousands of weird ass leads out there.
I mean, maybe for next year or whatever, you guys could be like actual lead sponsors,
Hey, I think at this point we're competing with them.
Honestly, though, yeah, seriously, yeah, maybe you're right.
We could host the championship right now and blow their numbers away. Well, maybe not right now, but by the end of the month.
There we go.
I know Naaman's listening to it, and Naaman's is an insider there, so.
Yeah, Naaman is an insider. Oh. Naaman the Insider Taylor.
Already talking about it. I'm sure they're talking about it already.
I'm on row 239 right now. Alice is taking a call, so we're. I'll just talk to the guy, see what's up with him, and I can call him back with a number later. I'm not even gonna worry about anything. I'm just gonna call him. I don't like comping. I don't ever want to comp. Sometimes I'll need to comp, but like when I have somebody as lovely as Alice, why would I ever want to do it?
What row is this?
239. Why did my phone buzz?
Three, one.
My friend, you've got to answer. Don't you know that?
Oh, wow. $500,000 house. Or maybe not. Never mind. That's weird. Prop stream's very weird.
Prop stream is confusing. Ryan says the real deal right here. Ryan, you're the real deal. We've actually only been doing this show just to attract you here. And now that we've done it, I think we can probably close up shop.
3, 1, 5.
All right, I'm going to triple dial this guy, but he sounds like he might be an older gentleman, and it is late over there. He probably took his meds and went to sleep.
It says owner type corporate. Does that just mean an LLC?
Yeah, that's really what it is. So maybe he's an investor.
Corporate. Oh, wow. Very weird house.
3, 1, 5, 2, 4, 0, 6, 4, 2, 3 is not available. The mailbox is full and cannot accept.
Okay, I can't even send the guy a message. All right, so we're gonna move. We're gonna move down to Mitzi. What a name. Okay, maybe not. This is in a place called Garden City, Michigan. And I don't know about you, but that doesn't sound. Whoa, okay, Garden City is huge. Oh, it's near Detroit. All right. Detroit's been hot for us.
That $500 property or whatever the name and contract is.
And I got a $15,000 property there. Just waiting for the last signer on it. Darn. Pick up the phone, baby. Bow, bow, bow.
Oh wow, this is a great neighborhood in Detroit. It seems like. Man.
Gene, the comping blink off.
170, 185. Wow, I have never seen this in Detroit.
Please leave your message.
I don't know if this is possible in Detroit. 3-bed, 2.5 bath, 2-car detached.
You know what I just realized, Gene and Ivan? If this were a TV show, Gene, you would be the antagonist. You just have like a Call of Duty, like final boss type of name, Gene Blinkov, right? Like he's like the bad guy at the end of the game. And then Ivan is the protagonist. Like look at the Ivan River. Like how is that not just like some, superhero Chad coming to save the day, right? Like am I wrong?
Superhero Chad.
Ivan River, right? Come on, like that name. I don't know, man. Either that or it's like a gay porn star name or something.
Man, it's my real second name, but with translation on English.
Sure, okay. I like it. It sounds cool.
It's
Ivan River.
yeah, not nickname.
All right, I don't know if they're going to answer, so I will leave them a voicemail.
Please leave your message for...
Hey Mitzi, this is Liam. You filled out my website saying you wanted a cash offer on your property. I took a look at it and I think that I can offer right around... I'm going to hang up. Bada bing, bada boom. Cool. Mitzi will be giving me a call back, I bet. Who is next? I really wanted that person to pick up. Mitzi. Where is this one? Dayton, Ohio. So that's a pretty big spot too, I think. Yeah, look at me not knowing anything about geography, right?
Dayton's good for wholesaling. And we have people there.
Oh, Dayton's really good for wholesaling. Oh, Fort McKinley's out there. Very cool. And Gary, Mr. Gary C. I almost said his full name to you guys. You guys were about to steal the lead from us. iSpeedToLead.com.
Steal to lead. All right, 3-bedroom bath.
It's when you're not generating leads, just stealing it. Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, I don't want to generate leads. You guys got the good leads.
ARV on the safe side is like 120 of this thing, but I'm very ballpark with my comping.
Very ballpark with his comping. That's fair. You don't claim to be an expert. You just claim to be. I don't know what you claim to be. Gene just claims to be. Man, I feel like I haven't had a good conversation for like an hour. Hey, Gary.
Yeah.
Gary, my name's Liam. You filled out my website like just a little bit ago, saying you wanted an offer on your property. Figured I'd reach out, see what we can do here.
Okay. I'm not really ready to sell right now, but I'd like to find out what you might offer.
I see. So you're just kind of window shopping, figuring out what you can get?
Kind of, yeah. My son just came here and he just got out of the hospital, so
Oh.
not sure as far as when I would be able to do it.
Yeah, no, it's certainly something to get figured out first. I hear you on that. So, is everything going okay?
Well, he got electrocuted and lost some fingers.
Oh my gosh.
And he's going to go have to. He was in there for 2 months, and now they sent him home for some reason. I don't know why, but he's going to have to go back in. And I'm not sure when, and have some more operations.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah.
What a scary thing.
Yeah, it is.
And so he's at home with you now?
Yes.
And you don't know why they let him out. That is horrifying. Wow. That's a lot.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. And he has a nurse coming out every day changing his dressing, and they didn't show up today, so I'm getting ready to do that, so.
Okay. All right. So for this, then obviously, get that taken care of first. What does your process look like, when you think you are ready to sell? How do you envision that going down?
Not real sure right now. So.
Well, I suppose that's where I can be of assistance. I buy houses in a lot of different ways. I help people get houses sold in a lot of different ways. And I guess depending on your individual situation, I can at least, if we don't come to an agreement today, which it doesn't sound like we will, and that's fine, I could at least have you walk away with some pretty good information on what your next steps should be. So as far as the property goes, what kind of condition is it in?
It's in good condition. There's a few repairs that need to be made, but.
Mm-hmm. And when we mean a few repairs, are we talking like cosmetic stuff like paint and carpet, or are we talking like HVAC and roof?
No, it's mainly just some carpet. The downstairs bathroom needs some drywall work.
Okay. I mean, that's really manageable stuff. But as far as the big ticket items go, those are fully managed and up to date?
Yes.
Perfect. That makes life pretty easy. And did you have a price in mind of what were you looking to get that thing sold for?
Well, I just got an appraisal
Oh.
on it, and it was $150,000.
150,000. Okay. And I'm assuming then you're probably going to want to be hitting close-ish to that number. Am I right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There was one right around the corner that's been fully remodeled on the inside, and it just sold for $170,000.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. And you figure that's what your property is worth, just minus, the full remodeled. Gotcha. Hear you on that. Well, Gary, here's my best advice to you right off the bat is when you're looking at cash offer websites like mine, I'm an investor. And so when I'm coming in to give an offer on a property in cash, generally what that's going to look like is there's going to be a reason that somebody needs to sell their house quickly and they don't have the time and convenience of listing their property on the open market, right? And for that, then the cash offer pretty much, encapsulates the idea of speed and convenience. So with that being said, if you're going to be submitting your property to a few websites that are offering cash offers, I'll let you know now that none of them are going to come even close to that 150 number that you're looking to get, because they're just not looking to purchase it at a retail value,
Right.
Mm-hmm. So for you, when you are ready to sell, my best recommendation for you are either one of two things. One of them is something that is pretty easy to do. Everybody knows somebody, and that's just to list it with the real estate agent. Put it on the open market and get complete top dollar for your house. However, I guess my next question would be, do you need all the cash out of your house to buy something, or what does that look like for you?
I probably would, yeah.
Would that be to buy your next property?
Yeah, if I decide to do that, yeah.
Okay. I mean, what would your other opportunities be? I mean, just assuming you do sell, I guess if we're putting that up front.
Well, that's why I'm kind of holding off at this point, because I'm not sure what he's going to do or what I'm going to have to do. him.
Sure.
I mean, I've thought about different things, trying to find a condo or something, or I've even thought about renting a little apartment. My oldest son has asked me to come down there and live with him in Louisville, and I got a buddy out in Gratis that wants me to move in out there, and I thought, well, I'm not really crazy about all those ideas.
Just find a place that might be a little easier to take care of your son, or once that's all dealt with.
Yeah, and plus I'm 75, and this place is getting a little harder for me to take care of too. So something easier for me.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, your property seems to be, fairly large. 3-bed, 2-bath. That's a lot to handle for one guy.
Yeah, well, I used to have a fourth bedroom downstairs, and my ex-wife had the wall knocked out, and I've got weights over there on that side of the family room.
I see. I mean, does it have?
It can be easily made into a fourth bedroom again.
Gotcha. Okay, so that makes life really easy. Yeah. So realistically, then the two options that I recommend for you are A, you can list it on the market, and then of course, then there's just the 6% realtor fees and closing costs and whatnot, and then walk away from that, and that's how you're going to get top dollar. Otherwise, there's certain investors like myself who can buy properties for top dollar, but then the only difference is you just have to give the benefit of time, and that's really the only difference.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got your number, so I can, if I make a decision, I can call you back.
Perfect. Yeah. If you ever need any advice on it, what you think you should do. I'm not somebody who's going to push you to work with me if it's not the best fit for you. Just genuinely like helping people out and helping them solve their problems. But, if you're not ready right now, I would say save yourself the legwork. It's probably not worth all the effort of figuring out what it is. You have the appraisal, and that appraisal is just going to be really your best bet as far as it goes. A cash offer won't really come close to it. Realistically, they'd probably be up to about $100,000 in cash. Other than that, yeah, just finding a great agent and listing it on the market is how you're going to get the most amount of money for it.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
Well, absolutely, Gary. And save my number. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I know a lot about real estate, so always happy to answer somebody's questions.
All right. Thank you very much, then.
Thank you, my friend. You please have a safe night, okay? You and your son.
You too.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, there wasn't really any. I mean, I suppose my intro to the terms pitch could have been better, but I guess I wasn't really planning on pitching it to him so much. It just kind of, the opportunity was there and I kind of half took it. And so realistically, what I probably should have done is either committed to the terms pitch or not committed to the terms pitch at all. But yeah, that guy, he's got no motivation to sell right now. So he's not going to come in and accept $100,000 on his property. He just got an appraisal done. He's in no rush to sell. He's got, his stuff worked out. He's retired, I assume. Doesn't seem to be strapped for cash or anything like that. So, in that instance, that isn't really a great wholesale opportunity. But what I can do for that is I'm going to be doing scheduled follow-ups on him, right? And so I probably follow up with him in about a month and a half is my assumption, just based on the kind of the estimate of time frame given. And follow up in a month and a half and see what his plans are then. And from there, right, like the fortune is in the follow-up. And if you consistently follow up with people like that, he's not in his sell window right now, but eventually he will be. And just making sure that I'm there to either refer a really excellent realtor to him or, pitch him on terms then. That will be the opportunity. Because, really anything that I try to sell to him right now, unless him and I just built some really fantastic rapport, which I probably could have done a little bit better job doing, unless I built some really fantastic rapport. My internal thoughts are that he probably wouldn't really even remember what we talked about because he's not ready to sell yet. And so when it comes time, and I've just wasted a lot of time pitching him on the stuff, and maybe he feels like he's being sold, sours his taste of me. That's what I'm looking to avoid. But that is my 2 cents on it. But looking here, we've got Mr. JC. How are you doing, sir? I think you're muted.
How's it going, Liam?
It's going well. This is my first opportunity to speak to you in person, and boy, do I feel lucky. I've been able to see you in the chat, giving me so much excellent advice all the time. I feel like I really learn a lot from you, so I appreciate all the advice. I mean, do you want to do a call?
We did have the call, the one sub-2 lady that you were going to call in St. Augustine. We tried calling her yesterday, and she wasn't available. You had spoken to her on Friday.
Yeah.
About
that one, let's see. I'm just gonna see here what's up with that one, because the one thing about that is we were gonna potentially have kind of a big wig on to close them. However, there was a response, then there wasn't a response, and I don't know what that looks like now.
Nah, forget about it. Here, JC already called yesterday.
Sure. Okay. Well, then, just hit him up again. Yeah. Do you have all the lead information, JC?
Yeah, I have it in front of me.
Well, actually, no.
Cool.
I'm sorry. JC called a different lady who needs to speak to her sister or something.
Right. I'm gonna call her back.
The other fella, I'm not even worried about.
No. What about the lady who I ended up making the video out of, the one who was interested in terms? Is that who we're talking about here?
That's the one that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's the one that we tried calling yesterday, and she didn't answer.
Got it. Cool. Yeah, JC, give him a call. I'd like to see.
We do have. We actually have the other one from Arizona that was going to talk to her sister today. So we should probably call that one back first.
Cool.
Let's see if she has any questions.
I feel like we should call the St. Augustine one first because it's evening over there in Tampa.
There, yeah.
Florida.
Take it away, JC. I mean, it sounds like the computer's taking off.
My assumption is she would remember my name to say, "Hey, you talked to my friend Liam on Friday."
Yeah, and she was the one that had that payments of $2,800, right? So normally, let me explain something before we get on the phone. Kind of where normally when you have a rental area, basically we try to figure out, and so that you could figure out deals in your mind as you're talking to somebody on the phone. In a price range of anywhere up to about $1,500 for a rental payment. Normally, you can turn around and do an actual sale to a tenant buyer on the end. So you can actually lease out, or lease to own option out. Up to about $1,500. That means they'll pay about $1,400 plus taxes and insurance on top of that, and HOA, right? So when you're talking to somebody and they're like her, her payment was $2,050 complete with taxes, insurance, and HOA included. Right. Well, if we're looking at a payment with places rent for $2,800, we could probably, as you go up in scale, though, like when you get up to the $2,500 mark, you probably find somebody in the $2,200 to $2,300 mark plus taxes, insurance, and HOA. Right. So that number is kind of where you want to be. So right on the phone right away, you can say, okay, if you want to cash flow $500 a month, you know that you take the $2,800. So if you find somebody for $2,500 or $2,600, if we're going to cash flow for $500, as long as her principal and interest payment is below that, you're going to cash flow. So in this case, let's say her payment's $2,000. So let's say her principal and interest is only, I figure probably be about $1,300, $1,400. That means if we could put somebody into the property at $2,500 a month, plus taxes and insurance, we're basically cash flowing about $1,000 a month on that property. Right? Does that make sense to you?
Not entirely, because I guess in my mind, the way that I envisioned it is like we would be paying her the $2,050 a month, in addition to something that then comes out, because she has a pretty significant amount of equity, and then like 200 something, $300 a month on her equity, which would mean our payment to her would come out to like $2,300, which means that we would need to rent it out for like $2,800 in order to cash flow $500. And
well, let me take a step back. Sorry.
Sure.
Depending on your exit strategy.
Yeah. Okay.
I've already thought this through, and I already had my exit strategy in my mind before telling you.
Okay.
There's two exit strategies when we're doing credit owner finance. We're going to buy and hold, right? So basically, you can either rent it or you can sell it.
Sure.
Right? When you're renting a property, if rents are $2,800 a month, you're only netting 60% of that. By the time you take in taxes, insurance, vacancies, deferred maintenance, property management, everything, right? So at $2,800, if you're renting it, your net income is $1,680 a month. That's your taxes, insurance, HOA, everything. Well, her payment's $2,050, so that you cannot buy that property and rent it and hold it, and rent it, unless you put money into it and pay down, whatever the case is, pay down the mortgage or whatever, right? But I can now take it as a tenant buyer deal and actually take it in and sell it, right? And the property, I can't remember what the value of it was. Remember? I don't remember what the property is actually worth. It's not.
I don't either. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not really the most important number, because when we're doing these deals, this is from a cash flow standpoint, right? So, the times I gotta be careful for time too. Okay, cool. It's worry about it from a cash flow standpoint, because there's three money, points in these deals. There's the down payment money, there's the cash flow money monthly. And then there's the money at the end, which is the spread between the difference. And I'm talking about selling the property now, doing a lease option, lease purchase option with an option, or actually owner financing it to them right off the bat.
Yep.
Right? Now it's and you're also selling to people that have a different mindset than renters. So these people have pride of home ownership, and they're going to turn around, which is something that I tell people on the phone when I'm talking to them, because I explain our business model, what we're going to do with their property. Because we're going to bring them into a trust with us, so we're going to have a relationship for a few years while the deal is going on until the tenant buyer pays us out, right?
Yep.
So I tell them right off the bat exactly what we're doing. Some people don't like doing that. In my opinion, I put it out up front, and that way there. Man, lose my train of thought. Sorry.
That's all right. Yeah, no.
Now, anyway, so. It's a different mindset of people. That's what I was getting to anyways, the people that are buying. So you tell the people that are selling, and it gives them ease of mind to know that, okay, it's not just renters that are going to go in and possibly trash the house that I'm selling, right? These are people, and I'm not saying that owners won't trash the property also, but the most of it is pride of ownership. So it's a different mindset of people that we're putting into these properties.
Sure.
And what ends up happening, like I said, if you could rent for $2,800 a month, that means we could sell it to somebody for about $2,500. But they pay the taxes, insurance, and HOA on top of that. Her payment is $2,050 with taxes, insurance, and HOA.
Yep.
You take that amount, chunk out, and you pass that on to the buyer. Now we're giving ourselves cash flow of almost $1,000 a month on this property. Right?
Dude, that really opens my eyes up onto how these are structured. Because for me, it was.
That's so didn't mean to kick you off, but just it's just an easy thing that you could do, because you can talk to somebody and ask them, hey, how much the rents are in the area? Oh, rents are $1,500. Okay, in your mind right away, I'm going to sell it for $14. I want a spread of $500 a month. The offer I can make to them is $900 a month.
Yep.
That's your payment that you're able to offer them to
Got
the seller. So you can figure that quick, right? You know what I mean? So that really helps when you're trying to negotiate, and if you have to get the figures quick. So let me try calling her.
Yeah. I want to see how you talk. How you talk that through. I'm going to be listening to that a couple times, and I might even jump on a phone call with you to get that explained better, because that is awesome. That's so cool. That really opens my eyes up there, right? The tenant buyer, and then if they cover those things, and that removes it, so it really is our true payment of $14-15, and then what our cash flows if we're doing it for $25, and then it's a spread of $1,000, even though then that tenant buyer is paying like $29-30.
Right, because of the taxes, insurance, everything on top. Right now, and on top of that, you're getting usually in a house, if you're going to sell it, owner finance right off the bat, you can get all the way to 20% down. Right, so if that house is $300,000 house, there could be $60,000 cash up front.
Mm-hmm.
And we're selling to people that can't get conventional loans, right? Yep. So for that service, we can actually charge more for the property. If it's a $350,000 property, we can sell it for $370,000, $380,000.
Sure.
So what happens?
We can just owner finance it into another owner finance, but our terms are better.
Correct. Exactly.
And we're just right. JC, I think I love you. This is amazing. I feel like I've just learned so much right there. Call him up. I want to hear how you.
Let's see how I do, man. Sometimes they're great and sometimes they fail. So we'll see. Let's see what we got.
I feel like I just learned a ton right there. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's just a different. There's so many ways to make money with real estate. You know that. I mean,
Yeah,
I'll tell her you're on the line right now with me. She can hear you over the Zoom.
Oh, sweet.
Please leave your
The triple dial thing, dude, that's golden.
People just don't trust that first call.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's calling you 3 times, like,
please leave your message.
Yeah, it's one of those things when I
if she
start
doesn't
calling
pick up
and
on
dialing
your
at the end,
number,
then you think, man, I'm gonna bother somebody. I'm gonna, somebody's gonna get pissed off. But honestly, of all of the calls I've answered you guys after the second, third, none of them has ever said anything.
nobody's like, what the hell? Yeah, literally nobody.
Nobody. And it's at least not what I've been on. I've been on for quite a bit of these. So, or listening to it. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. You're awesome on calls, man.
We should talk to some dialer systems and be like, hey, we should, you guys should offer like triple dial, like, being able to dial somebody 3, not just like a triple line, but like hitting somebody 3 times.
Please leave your message for
Tara. Let me call her on my number.
Hi, Tara. This is JC and Liam. You were talking with Liam on Friday night about your property in St. Augustine, in Porta Rosa. And we would like to, discuss more of the options of doing some creative financing with you. So we tried calling yesterday and we were a little bit tied up. So if you could give us a call back, that would be awesome. 407-491-0930. Or you can give Liam a call as well on his number. Go ahead, Liam.
651-666-8082.
And we'd love to talk to you when you call. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Damn, I gotta stop saying have a great night. You let them off the hook for them thinking, all right, I don't have to call until tomorrow now. Seriously. Little things, man.
There's always something you can get 1% better at, and that's what I really aim to do every day, is like find one thing that I do repeatedly that's a bad habit. And it's not like I'm gonna all of a sudden tomorrow walk into here and have some huge profound change in skill that's gonna allow me to become like an Uber closer, right, all of a sudden. But it's like consistently over time, if I can just get 1% better every single day, eventually, right, I'll look back at where I was like a month ago and I'm like, shit, I'm 30% better than I was then. And that you can do continuously and repeatedly.
Yeah, it's like playing if you play pool and stuff like that, man. It's you get to a certain level quick, but then to get that really great in golf. Another one. A lot of people shoot 80, golf, but not many shoot par.
It's like exponential growth right in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it's just kind of like plateaus, and it's just that slow grind. But it builds up over time. But that's what all this practice is for. I mean, just in this, last 2 weeks of dialing all these sellers, I can already notice some of the bad habits that I have are beginning to shift and rearrange. And with everybody giving me such lovely feedback, I mean, I had never pitched creative at all before I started doing this. And now I feel like I have a pretty decent segue into it. I can say the F-150 story pretty well. Now I've just got to start understanding the specifics, which is now that you've given me that idea right there, that's so smart. I mean, that makes sense.
Let me ask you this question. If you were to get that deal and you were to wholesale it, what would you make on a normal wholesale fee? Assignment fee?
I would say around 20 for something in Florida. I'm not sure exactly what spreads look like because I'm generally a local market. This show is really the extent of my virtual wholesaling experience there. How much do you think you would be able to assign that deal for creatively?
Well, creatively, if we could get it, and we would keep it ourselves. I mean, they're not all our creative aren't going anywhere.
Sure.
So in my opinion, for if it was your deal, I mean, hang on to it and build your portfolio, build that passive income where you've got that going on. I mean, because you're got, the only thing you just got to tie in, and if it's a property that's of more value, of a higher value, you can request for 90-day, trial to find a tenant buyer for that property. And if it doesn't go, then you cancel the contract, right? You don't take the deal.
That makes sense.
So if people are not, all these people that are like, hey, I don't want to move for 5 months, no problem. Even better.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let us look.
Figure,
if you're going to move in June, let me start looking in March for the tenant buyer for your deal. Or look now and put a, line it up so that you got
super smart.
So it just gives you that flexibility. So now your tenant buyer coming in at say even 10%. Let's say it's a $300,000 house. Well, they're coming in with $30,000 down. That's yours up front. Right? Now, if you have to pay a down payment to somebody else, to the seller, well, then whatever it is goes out. If it's $10,000, $15,000, then that's cool. You keep the spread. But if this deal here in St. Augustine, if it cash flows $1,000 a month, and you put a tenant buyer in that's going to do a 2 or 3 year deal, that's another $25,000 to $30,000. And if we could, add another $20,000, $30,000 on the end, now we've made $75,000 over 3 years.
Sure, because if we can get them to do, a down payment too, 10% down payment. Right?
Yeah, that covers the payment. So then you're not out of pocket, right? So, and these people are moving. You're giving them the opportunity. You don't have to rehab the house.
Yeah, really.
You put them in.
Man, I really like that. That tenant buyer. Then is that the deal? Is that how you generally structure these?
It's our first attempt at any type of deal. Wholesaling is the last one. Oh, well, I mean, unless it's just something that's obviously needs.
How many properties do you guys have right now?
We're holding 9 right now.
How big of a team do you have?
But we have my wife and I and 1 VA.
Nice. Wow.
Yeah. It's just
so what kind of systems do you guys have to get set up as a prerequisite then in order to really start doing this with any high level of efficiency?
Like you say, Excel sheets. But we use REI Black Book actually as our main CRM.
Sure. Yeah. It sounds like you're gonna put Gene in touch with him.
Yeah, we do that. Yeah. We'll talk to Damon and for sure. So yeah, it's just it's when you look at it from that standpoint, I mean, man, if you're wholesaling, if you can pick up $1,000 a month and you get 10 or 20, 20, 30 of these lined up, then you don't have to wholesale so much. Let me try calling this other. I do have a 9 o'clock hard break I got to take. I got to have something else I got to get to. So let me try calling this other girl and we'll go from there.
Perfect.
Cool. This is the one I was going to talk to her sister today. So we'll find out what happened. See if you have any questions.
Hello?
Hi, is this Tina?
It is.
Hey, Tina. This is JC. How are you?
JC, hi. I sent you a text message.
Oh, you did?
I did, yeah. I talked to my sister about it. She doesn't think it's a good idea.
Oh, no? How come?
She just doesn't think it's a good idea, so.
No? That's too bad. Yeah, I'd like to find out why she thinks it would be, just so I can answer any questions if she has or stuff that, would kind of help explain and, understand what benefits it can do for you. Because like we talked about yesterday, if you're going to move to somewhere else for a couple, and rent for a while, that's even better for this type of scenario because you can, we can give you a little bit of money up front to move, and then you have an option. We can either pay you monthly or, until you're ready to buy your property, basically, and we could give you your money back out then at that time in a year or two down the road. And you have the money that's saved for you and it's making you money at the same time, right? So it's just not sitting somewhere. So, but that's,
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not interested. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Have a good bye.
Not a problem. Have a good night. Bye. Well, there you go. She didn't send me a text though.
Really, I think what probably that sounds like to me is sister doesn't understand how that structure works. Was the sister in real estate?
Yeah. She apparently is the one that knows everything about it. So
then that person's like, they don't know anything about it, and so from the baseline, without any knowledge about it, it sounds like a scam.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. There's no question. That's why we tried to ask her yesterday if she could get on the phone with her now, would bring her sister on, but she couldn't. And because but it is what it is. So All right. Well, yeah. So the other call, hopefully she calls back here, but I'm not sure. If you want to make some other calls or if you have any questions for.
Given that we have such an expert and creative on right now, and there's a lot of people here who just, that model is so underutilized, right? Because it's such an excellent tool because, that wholesale method just doesn't solve every single problem. There's a lot of problems. It solves less problems than it does, right? It's like the listing on the market. It fits a very specific mold. So for it then, where are you generally generating your leads? Are you nationwide? Are you just local?
We started nationwide. We had partnered with somebody that had basically lead sources like Gene does here. And so we have property in Alabama, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, a couple in Florida now, but we're in Florida, so we're trying to kind of bring it back home to here, but not necessarily have to, So any one of these deals, wherever they are, doesn't really, you don't have to be scared about being virtual. All the other ones. In fact, the virtual ones, when we've done them, we've put Facebook ads into, or however, my wife's the one who does all the marketing. Tammy does all the marketing for the finding tenant buyers. And when she places ads for tenant buyers, we get 300, 400, 500 responses.
Wow.
Right? So you put your ad in, you get the response, you get the one with the highest down payment, have it in, call them up, have an interview, say, listen, hey, this is a brand new property we just got. So, tell you what, if you want to, it's going to be your property, you want to buy anyways, we'll let you in and you could, kind of go in and tell us see what you see, send pictures, get videos, get everything. And it's the people that are going into it, so you could do that or find somebody in the area that, you can find the sellers that are selling the property obviously can send you videos and pictures as well. Right. We've gone to where, we needed pictures done, and you go look on the map and figure out. I think there was a church or a store across the street or something, and our VA called and said, "Hey, we need pictures of the address across the street," and they went and took pictures, and we sent them $50. It's like
the pastor comes out to church with a camera.
Yeah.
What if it's a nun?
Yeah. Hey, if she's got a camera, I don't care.
What if they're Amish? I don't think they can do that.
Maybe have to paint us a picture.
So if the tenant buyer does not end up executing on that contract, do you then keep their down payment?
We keep the down payment. We keep any renovations that they've made to the property.
It's almost better if they fall through. And I asked the JC the same thing yesterday. Dude, he said it's 50-50.
Yeah.
50% of them drop out. And it's awesome.
And honestly, like I was telling you yesterday too, it's basically, it all really depends on how much you help your tenant buyers fix their credit, right? Like you can put in a contract that they have to go through credit repair. If the reason why they're buying or not able to get conventional loans is because of their credit, well then you can tell them, hey, you want this deal, you're going to go through credit repair, and they're going to help you fix it so that that in 2 to 3 years, because other than that, we got a seller that we've got to pay out too, right? So you could do, so 2-3 years down the road, the agreement that we had was to pay them out. So we kind of have to pay them out. Now there's things you could do once you get a portfolio where you could, like our contracts state that you could do what's called collateral exchange. So you can kind of move money from one property to the others to pay off the property. But
sure,
you gotta have a portfolio to, start doing that kind of stuff. So, but it starts.
I suppose that was my next question. Then is with that tenant buyer, it's no guarantee that you're going to sell. But then in that 3-year period comes up, and you've guaranteed that you're going to pay back the original seller in 3 years. So then for that, it's you pretty much got to in that 3-year period build up another portfolio, or build up a portfolio of a couple other properties so you can do those exchanges pretty much.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, sure.
It helps. And we're in the business. So obviously, dealing with private lenders and that's one of the things that we're really looking for right now is just private money to be able to, because you go into some of these deals that we could get better deals. Like some of these want, 50% down or 40% down. Doesn't mean that it's not a deal. It's just on a $300,000 house, putting $150,000 down over and over and over again, you run out quick. So, you're right. So you need to have private money with people that wanting to have like the best are like self-directed IRA people or that kind of thing where they can just collect the 5-6% interest and just forget about it. They want to be protected by real estate, but they don't want to be in real estate, right? They just want their money. That's what we look for, things like that, and private investors that way as well. So.
Mario wants to know if you took Ron LeGrand.
Ron LeGrand, yeah, no, I haven't. No, although I know Ron LeGrand, he's huge. Florida, he's out of Jacksonville, so that's a big, and that's our biggest market right now. We're attacking is Jacksonville. If anybody has anything in Jacksonville, man, we'd love to talk to them. And if anybody has deals that you couldn't close, like what do you do with old leads, like people, that would be something that, that would be a way to get more leads, Gene, and have people, like you were saying earlier, getting Liam to close leads. All these wholesalers that can't close these deals, man, have them put up there. Have them put them up.
Sure.
Well, dude, I'm sure that we have thousands of things that could be creative leads that are leads. It's just a matter of anytime we work with anyone like that, I think we might have found a partner that's doing it in a good way. Just like you give, a whole bunch of leads to somebody, and then that's the last you heard from them. 99% of you.
Well, that might be them. But
no, I'm just that's always like the pain point.
I understand.
But yeah.
So JC, my bad. Go ahead, Gene.
No, I'm just saying there's a ton of opportunity there. I think maybe there should be simultaneous things happening, like somebody doing this creative, somebody doing the wholesales.
Yeah, of course.
Just way too many fucking leads.
Yeah. Tough thing is just coordination of all of it. That's what it comes down to. How can it be coordinated?
The people that would have to do it would have to be very much self-sustaining people that can self-motivated, I guess, self-organized people that can manage themselves in a way, right? And then report back to the whole collective what's going on.
Guys like us.
JC, how did
JC's got to cut off.
JC,
quick question. Go ahead.
Is that what you were saying though?
Yeah, at 9 o'clock. I got 4 more minutes.
All right.
How did you learn about creative?
I used to wholesale. I worked full time, so I had part time back. I used to wholesale, and then I realized about 3-4 years ago that hey, wait a minute, there's other ways to make money. I wish I would have kept the 50 deals that I wholesale. Right? They were all cash flowing for me, and the only reason I got rid of them is because I didn't know about creative financing, or at least keep them myself and find my own money, private money, or whatever to get them. And then a few years ago, I realized more and more just listening to podcasts from Joe McCall and people like that, that really, what's his name, Matt Terrio, out of California, and just starting to realize what money you're leaving on the table. And my wife, we ended up partnering with a gentleman out of North Carolina, and my wife has done I don't know how many deals with him, and then we kept some together with him as well, and then we've got our own as well. So just keep growing and growing and growing, right? Keep looking for more.
That's pretty sweet. I think that, building your portfolio of creative finance is really the way to true freedom, because that's how you're making money in your sleep.
Yep, absolutely. So, no doubt.
That's super cool.
And I love to come back on, Gene. Again, the opportunity.
Dude, dude, thank you so much for being on, man. And
you're welcome.
Dropping this stuff, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I like wholesaling too, so I'd like to get out.
It feels like you can get this stuff much better. I mean, everyone's getting a much better understanding of this thing.
Cool.
Infinitely better. Yeah. I mean, just in 2 minutes of explaining.
Appreciate the opportunity. So I'd like to get on and make cold calls more too. So this week, hopefully, or next week.
Absolutely.
We get on. And
absolutely. Yeah.
So, I've been trying to get on the last couple of weeks. I've been listening to you guys almost every day, and then Friday, you guys get that deal. I'm like, I couldn't get on, and I was like, perfect, man. They're doing a sub 2 deal. You needed help. I could have got on with her and explained it right then. And then then you wanted somebody to get on and make phone calls, and nobody's jumping on. I'm like, damn, tonight I can't get on. But anyways, appreciate it, man, guys, and thank you. And
have a really safe night, okay, JC?
You too, man. Nice finally talking to you.
JC, great seeing you, brother. I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Peace.
See you, man. Lock up that Tampa lady or Augustine or whatever.
St. Augustine. Dude, but isn't that so cool, Gene? I mean, how you can make money in that way, and you can make a ton of money on it. Because I mean, you can make like literally, you're wholesaling making 20 grand when you can all of a sudden you can cash flow on it, and you can get somebody to pay you 30 grand up front.
Dude, and there's people that are wealthy that have a shitty credit history. Like, dude, I'm like not doing, doing pretty good. Fucking my credit's like 600. You know what I mean? Like, I'm a perfect customer for a rent to own or for whatever the shit is. Like, if I had wanted that kind of lifestyle, like settle down lifestyle somewhere in America, right?
Yeah.
Perfect customer for it because like got money, but credit sucks and probably gonna suck for another year, 2 years. But wife snagging, right? For somebody like they started making money, but their wife is like, oh, let's get a house, baby, let's get a house. And he's a business owner. He looks at his fucking mortgage rate and he's like, fuck that shit, fuck that house. So it's a good deal. But 50% of people actually drop off, and that's when you make a lot of money. It's like when credit cards make money on the people that pay late.
Yep. Or they make money on the people that pay minimum payments.
Both. Yeah, like they make money on people that are not doing good. And so with rent to own, it's the same thing. I mean, but it's not your fault. For the people that are doing good, you're giving them an alternative option. You're just getting the fucking money that JP Morgan would have gotten.
It just puts you at the very top of the totem pole, right? From that was something that I heard. Pace pitch, right? Is like the totem pole. Who's the top? Who makes the most money, right? It's the eagle, and who's the eagle, right? Why do you think so many banks have the eagle as their mascot, as their logo? It's because they're at the very top. They're the ones who are lending the money out. They're the ones who make the most, right? And so why would we have the bank make more money on it, right? Why would we do that? We can do the exact same thing. Super
no contracts today, huh? Dang.
No contracts today. We didn't really have any great conversation. I mean, we wasted a lot of time with who was that guy? Joe Sean?
A couple guys. There was Lyric also.
Yeah. Lyric was
Lyric was
some tough negotiators tonight, no doubt. Those people are like, I mean, that guy's like, what does the market say my property is worth? It doesn't matter what the market says your property is worth.
What's this Arizona lead though? Ooh.
Which Arizona lead?
Surprise, Arizona.
Oh, I like that place. What line are you on?
245.
245.
Joshua B.
Call it. Yeah, I'll call it right now. We got Joshua from Surprise, Arizona.
It says ASAP. Relocate.
We like ASAP. I just put that in the chat for you there, Miss Alice. All right, Joshua B. Bedrooms more than 5. It's a multifamily.
What? Really?
Bathrooms more than 3. It's in good. Needs paint, flooring. It's owner occupied. They want to sell SAP because they're relocating.
Alice is.
They've owned it 2 to 5 years.
Phoenix business here going on. Is Alice there?
Oh, Alice.
Oh yeah.
Alice yeah. What's up?
Alice sounds excited.
Yeah, multifamily's super big out here. Super big.
Arizona.
See what's up.
Perfect. Just give me a number and.
Depends on what's rented, what's not. But let's see. I think it's a thing. Oh, it's a big ass house.
It's just a luxury.
Just a big one.
Oh, do not deny my call, my friend.
Yeah, it says 7 bedrooms, 3.5 baths is what the old listing says.
Holy hell!
That's big. And paid for solar. Damn.
Your
call has been forwarded to an...
I'll give the man the triple dial treatment. Let's see what we've got going on here. You guys see this big pimple that I have? It's all red. Try to get rid of it. It wouldn't go. Wouldn't go. And I got these ones here too. We got to start a new face wash routine, I guess.
Your call has been forwarded to an
Joshua.
automated voice messaging system.
Jamal's like, Gene, you can find a sub-2 house for yourself. Jamal, absolutely, man.
Please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up
Or press 1 for more options.
To leave a callback number, press 5.
And Liam, keep in mind there's like a whole...
Joshua, hey, this is Liam. You filled out my website saying that you wanted an offer on your property. Figured I would give you a call and get that figured out. Just give me a call back here, and we can figure out a number that works.
Keep in mind there's like a whole stack of things up top that are in yellow too that we should pick apart. Like, well, I don't know how late it is. I tried to start the show earlier today. I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I had to take a nap before it. It was because I had to write a bunch of I actually had to work today and like write a bunch of copy for our software guys for this new thing that we're launching, which is basically going to be like you're going to be able to set criteria, certain motivation, and then the leads will be basically like you set a budget and levels of motivation you're willing to buy, and then we'll auto buy the leads on iSpeedToLead for you. You don't even have to go in there and check for shit. It'll just automatically buy it until your budget is depleted.
I really like that. So they just kind of front the money for a budget for like a week or a month.
What
are the timetables?
Their card. Just monthly budget. They set it. They set the counties, and then they set like we give them 5 levels of lead motivation, basically like a scoring mechanism. From basically like from listed on MLS to like extremely fucking high, multiple signals of motivation, like a bunch of repairs, bunch of equity type shit. And that's going to be the new product offering that is just going to basically future-proof a lot of our sales. And it's the best thing about it is that we're not doing it because we think it's a good idea. We're doing it because a bunch of customers asked for it. And those
are the best products, aren't they?
Dude,
people already want them.
You just gotta find what people want, and we got like 20 people lined up already with their budgets, so I'm pretty psyched. And then another thing that you should know about also is that we're gonna start the countdown before we send something to a JV partner, or something that we sent to the show is gonna reduce probably to like 8 hours. We're just gonna give people like a little bit of chunk of time. Like, hey man, you want to buy this thing? Buy it. For the guys that are on the automatic buy, it's gonna automatically buy within seconds of it coming in, so that's not gonna matter. And then for the guys that are not automatic buy, basically they have an 8-hour window to pick up a lead, and then somebody else, one of our partners or one of our one of our friends on the show that's also JVing is gonna pick it up. Basically, we're taking into account the seller. Every time a seller says like, "Hey, I already sold the shit," I'm like, dude, that's a disaster. They just sold it. We could have called them. We could have had a customer call them or a JV partner call them, but no, we sat in that lead and waited for somebody to take action and buy it, and now the seller sold to someone else. We can't have that, So that's a couple of changes.
When we're calling old leads, in this way, we just kind of streamline that to make sure that we're getting through it.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm getting a call back from, I think, our friend here, Joshua. Let me see. Yep, I am. Hello, this is Liam.
Hey, Liam. My name's Joshua. Are you trying to call back?
Oh, Joshua. Hey, how's your night going?
Doing all right. yourself?
I'm doing just fine over here. I bet it's a bit warmer for you. I'm in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So I see that you filled out my website. Just catch me up to speed about the property as far as why you're looking to sell, condition, anything like that.
I'm just relocating.
Do you live there now?
Yes.
Ah, it's a big house, right?
Correct.
So for me, I know my website, usually we don't get people with that many bedrooms. What I looked up online, it was 7-bed, 3.5 bath. Is that all still up to date?
Correct. Let's see here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 solid bedrooms with the option of the seventh.
Okay.
The 7th bedroom doesn't technically have a closet, or doesn't have a closet, so I don't know if that technically falls as a bedroom or just a room, whichever way you want to go with it.
Okay. So
it's off the side, set up as if it would be a bedroom, though.
okay. I can call that 6 and 3.5 because we would need that closet to consider a bathroom. Is there room to add a closet pretty easily? Is it a large enough room?
Yeah, it's a traditional size bedroom. It just was done without the closet option.
I see. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Very cool. So if you're selling it then, what's your time frame as far as when you'd like to get it all said and done?
Here within the next few months.
Next few months? Okay.
Yeah, pretty quickly.
How long have you owned it for?
A little over 2.
Okay. It's a beautiful spot. I mean, I can't imagine you found a place that much nicer in the area.
No, I'm moving out of state, so.
Oh, someplace colder?
What's that?
Someplace colder?
Yeah, just south of you there.
Nice. That's very cool. That's very cool. Okay. And so what does your real estate agent think about it?
I don't have an agent that I've signed with just yet. I have someone that I will be using if I don't find a cash offer thing. That I never used a cash offer when I've sold my previous house. I don't know how that works or what that is.
Sure.
So that's why it's like, well, let me look into it before I sign something else first.
Gotcha. And so have they told you about what they think the property's worth?
A little bit. No firm numbers. Plus, I've been doing just kind of my own research, watching the market and everything in the area for the houses of equal size and everything.
Mm-hmm. So I guess my question to you then, Josh, was how much you're looking to get out of it?
I'm looking for around 7.
Around 7. Okay. Okay. So as far as the interior, if I were to come in and make it, like HGTV perfect, like they have on, all those TV shows, what would I need to update?
She needs a fresh coat of paint, and I would do fresh carpet. Tile is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with the tile through the house. Carpet just could be refreshed. It's older carpet.
Mm-hmm. So really just all the easy things. I mean, anything that are big ticket items?
No, nothing major. I replaced the large AC unit. There's no holes or anything like that in the walls. I replaced the double oven, the new refrigerator since we've been here, as well as dishwasher as well. The only 2 things that I haven't replaced is the I don't know what they call them, the stove tops, the smooth stove tops, because it's separate from the ovens. And then the microwave, I haven't replaced those 2, but they still work perfectly fine in good condition.
Do you guys have a pool?
Yes.
Okay.
There's a pool and a yard, both. The pool is gated.
And have you replaced the roof since you got it?
I have not replaced the roof since I got it, but I did add solar, bought and paid for.
Okay. Do you know how old the roof is by chance off the top of your head?
I don't.
It's an arbitrary question. Okay.
Yeah. I know they did, when I purchased the house, they did have a roofer come in and do one of those inspection guarantee things that, we all know doesn't really mean anything. But a roofer came in and looked at it and said, yes, I say, 3 years, yeah, there's no problem with this roof. After that, let me reevaluate it.
Sure. Okay. Well, that makes sense. Well, Joshua, what I'd have to say is your house seems to be in perfect condition. And oftentimes with our cash offers, we're going to be looking in to come in and earn a little bit of equity. And the trade-off for that is just convenience, time, and the fact you don't have to worry about, the market in general. So that 700 number is getting really high for us. Is that the number that your agent gave you, or is that what you're seeing on Zillow?
No, that's just kind of what I'm looking at with watching what's been going in the area.
Mm-hmm.
The equal houses have been looking at going about 650, and none of those have the solar options and stuff with it, and some of the interior options that they have aren't where mine is. I.e., I got a built-in speaker systems for audio in 1, 2, 3, or 4 of the rooms, and it's also set up for outside. So there's little upgrades that are in this model of the house on the interior that the other ones don't have.
Sure.
So that's why I'm looking to bump it up higher than what the others have been going lately within 8 days.
Exactly. Okay, that totally makes sense, because the ones that I were looking at were right around that 650 mark, and I was just trying to see how you're justifying that extra price. And it sounds like you've got it there with your solar and the sound system and the other things that yours is optioned out with. So that makes sense.
So like ours, there's some of those other models have the optional loft, vaulted ceiling instead of adding the extra, usable living space. And, so we have that optional. We have that loft in there. It has the what is it called, the banistery instead of just a wall straight up for the staircase. It has a nice staircase display going up as well.
Okay.
It has the option for the kitchen cabinetry extends all the way to the end of the wall versus taking that short option that the house is at.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a really pretty place.
But you can, it's on Zillow. I'm sure you did your homework to look, so.
I have seen the photos, but sometimes they don't always do it justice, or sometimes they over justify it,
Yeah. So you can, I'm sure you looked at in comparison to some of the other ones that were there. And I went and got some visuals too when they were doing open houses, so I could kind of really watch the market, make sure.
Sure. Okay. And so, you've only owned it for 2 years. I'm assuming that you still owe something on it, or did you buy it cash?
No, I still own.
How much are your monthly payments about? Just ballpark.
Say again?
What's the ballpark for your monthly payments on that?
What does that matter?
Well, pretty much what I'm thinking here is for a cash offer, your property's in perfect condition and you're not in any timeline to get it sold quick. So we'd be coming in right around $590 cash. However, if you're looking to get way closer to that 700, that is probably something that we could offer. But for that, we would have to do something a bit more creative.
And what does that mean?
Well, the best way for me to describe it is if I could just tell you a story really quick. So, my dad was a contractor for 35 years, and he had this black Ford F-150 that he used for pretty much all of it. Thing had like 350,000 miles on it. It was a beater. He retired, and he had that truck, wanted to get it off his hands, went on Kelley Blue Book, figured the truck was worth right around like $5,000, and then listed it on Craigslist for that amount. Now, over the next, I think, like 6 or 7 months, he had it on there. He wasn't getting any offers above $3,000, and he wasn't going to sell it for that low. So he just sat on it and kept it waiting. After a while, I was like, hey, man, you've really got this thing sitting in the driveway, collecting dust, probably losing value. I don't know if what you're doing is the best opportunity, right? And so what we did is we redid the listing on Craigslist and said, instead of selling it for $5,000 cash up front, we will take $500 a month for 12 months. And then for that, we got like 12 offers in about 6 hours, had to end up taking it down, ended up selling the truck, I think, for like $7,000 just through payments. And so that was the way that we were able to extract the most value out of it. And so that is kind of the idea that would be, instead of cars, houses.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, I'm not looking at doing any sort of, rent to own type thing with the place or anything. I'm just looking to get rid of it myself or to get it sold outright. So
Sure.
if you're not able to make that work, that's fine. I'll just, when the time comes, I'll throw it on the regular listing with the agent that I have on the side.
No, that's totally fair. I would like to clarify, though, that we wouldn't be doing any rent to own. We would take title of the property in 30 days or less.
Okay. But you're still looking, you're not making that dollar mark, so. Correct.
What do you mean by that?
Well, you said you would be looking at the 560, right?
Oh, no. And this would be able to come up right up to 7.
And that's doing what?
If you just give us the benefit of time, that's it. Because realistically, how much cash do you need to move?
What's that?
How much cash?
So you're saying take X amount now and then within 30 days take the rest?
It would be longer than 30 days. Really what it would look like is it would turn the property into something that you can cash flow every single month without the headache. And so with this sort of creative option, you're not on the hook for any liability as we have the title, but we can give you a down payment amount. And then from there, we can pay you out of your equity and cover the mortgage on top of it. And that's the way we can extract more money or give you a higher offer because we're not interested in equity at that point.
Yeah, no, I'm looking for a more traditional way to go. I appreciate the call, though. Yeah, I wish you best of luck on the next house.
Hey, I wish you best of luck, too. I think you won't have any problem selling that on the market.
I appreciate it much. Think I can get any more out of it when I put it on the regular market?
Sometimes if you just do the legwork to spend the $5,000 to replace the carpet's paint, and I doubt it even costs you that much. Sometimes you can get, $2 for every dollar you put in if you really make it completely market ready. So if you're willing to put in that legwork, I think that you could probably get up there. I would say that based on my numbers, the 700 might be a little bit of a stretch on the market, and then you're going to have to pay the closing costs and realtor fees on top of it. So whatever you're walking away with might be a little bit less. Personally, my numbers for the market would be coming in closer to 675. But if you're looking to extract the most value, I would just put in those, low dollar lipstick items is what I call them. And then you can get $2 for every dollar you put in, more likely than not.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of what I've been tossing back and forth on whether to jump on the paint and the carpet myself or to just, and worry about getting my money back out of it if the return is going to be worth it or just, it's one of those, you probably will, or, but you're not going to be too far off anyways because you're reaching for a larger amount anyways. But 6 1, half a dozen another.
Well, that totally makes sense. What I would just like to leave on the table is that, assuming you can get it sold for $700 on the market after realtor fees and closing costs, all that stuff, you're looking to be walking away with anywhere from like $645 to $650, depending on how expensive closing costs get and what the buyers ask of you or whatnot. So if that isn't a take-home amount that seems reasonable to you, I would just like to have the opportunity to follow up with you closer to then, because I can almost guarantee that I can offer $700 without the worry of closing costs or realtor fees and be able to make a deal that works for you to get to where you're going, purchase whatever you need to purchase and do what you need to do.
Is I don't want any loose ends. If you had like a cash offer or something like that, we can do it, and it's not like a payment type thing or anything like that. With the way the world works nowadays and everything, I'm a little too cautious to have that large of a loose end out there type of thing.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, we would give you a performance guarantee at whatever price we have. We have to give you that amount no matter what the market says. I suppose, what do you hate most about it? Just so I can understand where you're coming from.
What do I hate most about it?
Just the offer that I gave.
That that whole type of setup. Like I said, I'm a traditionalist when it comes to when it comes to this type of stuff. We sign the papers. I want my money.
Sure, yeah, that's fair.
I don't want to have to worry about not having money to come after somebody for money. I've been through the legal systems with, all sorts of things throughout my life.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to walk into it. I'll fight it if I have to fight it, but I'm not going to put myself into that situation.
I see where you're coming from.
It's nothing personal or anything like that. And, hey, you guys do business this way? Great. On with it. Hope it works for you. It's just not the way I do business.
That's totally fair. Well, listen, Josh, just down the line, I'll just check in on the listing, see how it's going. And maybe if it's sitting there for a while, I'll call back and see if we can't come to a better cash offer for you. Hey, I don't think you'll have any problem. It's a gorgeous house and things are selling fast.
Hey, not a problem. Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate getting back to me so quickly.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Have a really safe night. Okay.
You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So with that, I don't know if I was explaining that the best. I probably could have touched a little bit or dug a little bit more on the fears as to what he's afraid of. But I guess some people, they're just not interested in that at all. It's like, they know a way that they understand that they can get it done for, get a bunch of money out of it, and just walk away and they're good to go. So maybe I could have built rapport a little bit better, faster. Maybe. I think him and I were on, he's asking me some advice as to what I can do. But something that I'm going to integrate now is in the beginning of all my conversations. This is something that Pace Morby recommends that I need to start implementing is, are you okay if I don't buy your house? But Jamal, you said it. There was no real motivation to get things sold right now, right? He can wait. He knows an agent.
Yeah. Question is, if you don't buy their house, yeah? If you don't. Interesting question. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, are you okay if I don't buy your house? Because that way it puts it on a mutual thing, right? Because right now there's kind of a standoff of like, I'm going to hound you to buy your house at a steep discount and I'm going to keep hounding you. And the thing is once they kind of come from it like that, they feel like they're coming from a high ground of like, this person's going to keep fighting. This person's going to keep fighting. Right? They're going to come at me no matter what. So I can just play with this person. But if you start to even that ground and you pose it like, hey, if I don't buy your property, are you okay? Then it's like, oh, this person does not need to buy my property. They're not trying to hound me. They're not trying to make a bunch of money off of it. They don't need to. So
he's not very motivated. Yeah.
Yeah. It just kind of neutralizes the ground and it makes it more of a team thing versus a contestant thing where I'm trying to beat you down on price. You're trying to beat me up on price.
Yeah, let's sign a contract. Choose another lead and dial.
I like it. Let's do it. Okay. Give me one moment. I'm going to use the restroom. Raphael says, hey, Liam, I have a property under contract in Malone, New York. I don't have any buyer yet. Hey, well, congratulations for getting the contract. That is the first step. Do you have it entitled? Is there any escrow going on? And then if not, I personally don't have any buyers out there. But I would assume that Alice does. You can get in contact with Alice, or if Alice doesn't, there's a number of people who probably are tuned into the show that do. So if you guys have buyers in Malone, New York, let me know in chat. We got 5 people here, so I don't know. But yeah. Okay. Give me just one moment. I'm going to use the restroom. You guys, I don't know. Ivan, entertain everybody. Do a dance or something.
Okay. Sure, man. So, we are planning to launch auto buying on the end of this week. So, if you're interested in motivated leads in your state and want to buy them immediately, they will be in your space on iSpeedToLead. It's my leads, and you can call them wherever you want. And these leads will be yours on exclusive. So it's not a hold for 1 hour or 48 hours. These leads will be yours. So if you really need motivated seller leads in in your state, or your region or county. You can select everything, included the motivation level. So we have 3 motivation level. It's high, medium, and low. It was calculated based on our experience and based on our own formula on iSpeedToLead that is working well at the moment for setting different prices on these leads. So you can be sure that you will get all leads from your region before they will be on the market for other buyers. I just finished announced the new function on iSpeedToLead. It's auto buying. So
I'm back.
Cool.
Hello.
Hello,
Yeah.
hello.
Okay. Jamal asked, how do you determine lead price? If you're talking about iSpeedToLead.com, there's a number of different factors. I think
Yeah.
Ivan could probably explain it better.
Yeah, I can explain. We have a very long questionnaire for motivated seller leads, and based on the answers, we assign different numbers for every answer, and then base price is multiplying for these numbers, and every lead has different motivation, different goals, different property condition, and we understand this everything because we have a huge amount of leads we generated huge amount of leads in these 3 months. We are working on this, so we analyze everything and understand that leads with some criteria are more motivated than others, and we make the number of this setting higher. So is how it's calculating.
Thank you for that wonderful explanation. I couldn't have done it better. But in short, some leads are better than others.
Yeah, it's true.
Alice, I just put an address in the chat, and that's the one that we are about to give a call to.
All right. Let's about to be getting a deal, okay?
You said what?
So let's about to be getting a deal. Let's get a deal on this one.
He used neuro-linguistic pattern, NLP, for them to say yes. Yeah, NLP is a really cool thing, and the thing is, there's a lot of people who are teaching it well, and there's a lot of people who are teaching it and getting certified in it, and they're kind of charlatans, but it is something that can work super well. I know that Tony Robbins has developed his own version of NLP, and he is, he's a great motivational person, but at the core of it, he's just a very, very good salesman, right? He can sell no product at all. He can sell hope.
Yeah.
That takes a high level of skill to sell. And if you watch videos about, you say, now, Mr. Seller, you blank means that Y. Is that correct? I see. And just kind of get them into that mindset. I don't know much about NLP, but it's something I should certainly learn. But our next lead is a 2-bed, 1-bathroom in Calipatria, California, because they're relocating. The property is in pristine condition. Okay, let's give them a call.
Alice, choose another lead and call him after Liam.
I'll call after Liam.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, why not?
Hello, Colleen.
Yes.
Colleen, my name's Liam. You filled out my website not too long ago saying that you wanted an offer on your property. So I figured I'd reach out.
Okay.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm good, thank you.
It's great. I know it's probably pretty warm for you. I'm in Minnesota right now, so I'm like, it's like 20 degrees out here.
I don't know. We don't even wear jackets here.
My mom's from California, and I used to live out near Carlsbad, and I miss that weather, I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm right over the mountain in the desert from there.
Ah, sure, it's beautiful.
Much warmer than Minnesota.
So why are you looking to sell a house in a beautiful area and as warm?
My husband and I own another home in Yuma.
Okay, and so you're just looking to move
trying
there.
to consolidate.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. When did you guys start thinking about doing that?
We closed escrow on the house a year ago over in Yuma, so I've just been back and forth between the two houses.
Oh, because you got to go back and forth to do the upkeep and whatnot.
Yeah, and he's over there, and I still work over here, but it's like, I can just commute an hour each way every day.
Sure, yeah. But that would simplify life a lot easier if you got that thing sold. It makes sense. So is it just sitting vacant until you're there every once in a while doing your upkeep?
Oh, I'm actually sitting in it right now.
Oh, okay. So you're pretty much the only resident there part-time.
Yeah, well, my husband's here part-time also.
Got it.
We're both here part-time.
I see. That makes sense.
He's here more part-time than he is.
But really, you guys are just looking to have one full-time house.
Exactly.
Okay. So as far as this then, if I were to give you an offer, how quickly would you like to move on this?
Oh, the quicker I say, the quicker I have to pack. So, I don't know. I mean, no quicker probably than 30 days or so.
Oh, well, that's fine. That's perfect. That works perfectly with our timeline of what we generally do things at.
Whatever it is, yeah.
Sure. Okay.
I don't need to be out in 3 days.
Sure. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you guys got another place to go, and this one doesn't need to get gone that fast. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. But Colleen, I just want to make sure up front that you're okay if I don't offer on this property, because I'm not the right buyer for everybody.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Perfect. I figured as much.
Yeah, I mean, if I don't sell it, that's fine. I make the payments. Everything's on time. Everything is on time.
Sure. Perfect. That's great. Okay. So with this, just a little bit about the condition then. What does it look like?
Well, since you're from Southern California, you know how those little cottages are down in Mission and Pacific Beach in San Diego? They're about 900 square foot.
Mm-hmm.
Those built in the 50s or something. That's what this house looks like. It should be sitting over there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little 920 square foot, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, hardwood floors, kitchen, dining room. 1-car garage.
Okay. And then as far as...
on a 9,750 square foot lot.
Oh, wow. So you guys got a pretty big lot.
Yeah, it's a huge lot.
Wow, that's really nice. That's really nice. Now, as far as the interior and stuff like that, what would you rate it on a scale of scary to HGTV, or somewhere in the middle?
Well, it's more on the HGTV and then the scary end. I live in earthquake territory.
Uh-huh.
And so, whenever you have the earthquakes, you get a patch over, like a little crack over the door or something.
Sure.
So whenever you paint them, you patch them.
Sure.
So, I mean, that's it. I mean, it was painted probably 7 or 8 years ago, the interior.
Mm-hmm.
It does have original hardwood floors. That's throughout the house except for the kitchen and bathroom, obviously. So I thought that was pretty nice. I mean, I pulled it. It had horrible carpet when I bought it, and I pulled it up. It's like, oh, I thought hardwoods. Let's rip this carpeting out.
Some people just made the craziest decisions. I remember in my first house that I bought, it had this awful shag green carpet. My dog thought it was thought it was grass and kept peeing on it. He was so young, like he didn't know the difference at all. He was like, oh, sweet, this is the spot that I can go to do that. And
lovely, yes.
and then we ripped it up, and then there's hardwood under it. And it's like, why would you hide hardwood under this?
Right, yeah. And these hardwoods are, they're 70 years old, so yeah, eventually somebody might want to, refinish them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fine.
Honestly, the older they are, the better. I mean, they really don't do them like they used to. You can refinish those for days and days.
Yeah, they are beautiful.
Sure. Yeah. So what about big ticket items when we're talking about, heating and cooling, roofing, structural stuff?
Refrigerator. Air conditioner, I had to replace after I bought it.
Okay.
So the air conditioner 7 years old, and of course that's the furnace also.
Yep.
Out here. And you don't need heating here very often. I still have the air conditioner on. So, it's not running right now, obviously,
sure.
but
it's by and large pretty low usage. You haven't really beat it up.
No, I haven't beat it up, and it's been serviced every year, and things like that. The roof, that's the one thing that might be a big ticket. It's still fine, but in the next 3 to 6 years, it will need a new roof.
I see. And so, do you know how old the roof was when you bought it 7 years ago?
Have no idea.
No idea. Okay. So
because I bought it basically without. I even bought it without a what do you call it? A home inspection. It was really inexpensive, and I could afford it, so I bought it.
Yeah, well, that makes sense. If you can afford it, don't need the inspection, all that stuff, and it seems like it's served you pretty well. Like you got a nice deal on it.
Actually, the people who built this house back in 1953 or 55, whenever it was built, was Bank of America.
What?
And they built the house for their branch manager in this town.
What? I've never heard of that. I was going to say, did they used to have a home building division that I didn't know about? But
I don't know, but they actually built 2 homes in this town for their branch manager. And he lived in this home when he had 1 child, and then when his second child came and was a baby. And then they moved to a house like 5 houses down, around the corner. And yeah.
Calipatria. What an interesting thing. I would have never guessed that they ever did that, but they must have really liked that guy.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
And of course, his youngest son is my brother's best friend because they were like 3 months apart in age. and I literally live 4 doors. This house is literally 4 doors down from where I grew up.
Wow. So you really have a history in that city then?
Well, yeah, I was raised here, and then I left and went away, and then I came back, and I work 9 miles from here. And when you work in agriculture, you don't make a whole lot of money, so you find what you can afford, you buy it. That's that,
Yeah, my girlfriend wants to work in agriculture because she just loves being outside so much, and it makes sense. Like, you know what? I'll do real estate and I can worry about money, and I'll let you do exactly what you love.
Tell her food safety is the way to go.
Food safety. Is that what you do?
I do that, but if you can become like a food safety auditor, you make pretty good money.
Oh, food safety. Do you get to work outside?
Yeah, oh, yes. The auditors have to work. I mean, it's indoors and outdoors both.
Got it.
But yeah.
Wow, that sounds...
I was outside. I took a ride with my boss today for 3.5 hours doing food safety and just looking at the ranch.
I will have to tell her about that. That sounds really cool because, that's like, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's a really good introspection. I would have never guessed.
And it's up and coming. When I started life in 1983, after college, food safety had never even been thought of.
Yeah, it was just, we'll just throw everything in a can and hopefully it'll survive long enough till you can eat it.
Yeah, or your lettuce won't kill you.
Yep, there we go. Hopefully.
But I grew up eating lettuce my entire life, and it's never made me sick. So.
I'm glad for that. I haven't gotten sick from lettuce either, but we have food safety now, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, but you still have the outbreaks.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There was a recall recently.
Oh, for onions.
That's what it was. Okay. You would know.
Salmonella. They were onions out of Mexico.
Luckily, I didn't get salmonella, so I think I was good on that one, but scary stuff.
Yeah, it can be scary.
Okay. So for this then, what does your realtor think the property is worth?
I haven't even talked to a realtor.
Oh, well, perfect. That's a rare thing. Everybody's got a realtor that they know. I mean, do you have an idea of what about the property's worth?
You know, I think if I was going to put it on the market, I would start at say 120,000.
Okay.
Just by looking at what's for sale in town, and that would get it sold fast because that's a real low ball number. But then I don't owe a whole lot on it, so it's so I'm a little easier.
Sure, that makes sense. Okay. And so then realistically, as a cash offer, what would you be looking to accept on it?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I know that there's always, opposing, commissions and stuff that you pay that, of course, this wouldn't have to come out of it or anything.
Exactly.
I don't know. I would have to sit down with a piece of paper and,
figure things out.
Just think about it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the markets. I mean, if you do Realtor.com and my zip code, there's probably hardly anything for sale.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It's tight market. You know, the number that I'm coming to is as a cash offer with the 30-day close. I think I could pretty comfortably offer $90,000. I mean, how does that make you feel?
I know that's what it appraised for when I had it appraised when I refinanced my loan about 6 years ago. So that's something I would have to think about, actually talk to my husband about, because he doesn't even know I've done this.
So he's not certain if you guys are selling it or not quite yet.
Well, he's not even on the deed or the note or anything, or the title, yeah. So.
In California, I do believe that even if you owned the property before you got married,
and I did, yeah.
Once you get married, it is considered joint.
Yeah, it probably is, yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. This is California. Everything is joint.
They make it tough for you guys. You can't sell it without him knowing.
Oh, and I mean, I wouldn't sell it without him knowing.
Of course you wouldn't. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. But so for it then, yeah, just right around there is.
I would need to think about it for a couple of days because
a couple of days,
it's probably a little less than I would want, but I would still, I just need to pencil it out and actually talk to, maybe actually talk to a realtor and see what he says.
And my personal recommendation is I wouldn't talk to a realtor because they're going to try and convince you to list with them. What I would.
They always do, and I always say, no, I'm just talking to you.
I would recommend that you talk to somebody more like an appraisal expert, because for them, there's not exactly something that they can. There's not exactly something that they're selling you besides, hey, I could do an appraisal whenever it comes time for it, right? So that's who I would go to more than. Before I would go to.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Sure. So for this then, how would you see this going down perfectly in your eyes, the process? Say you consider it, you come to think that you like the offer, it's fair. How would you see it moving forward?
Honestly, you're the expert. I have no idea.
Okay. I mean, really from our end, what it looks like is just what's easiest for you. I mean, as far as time frames, timetables, all that sort of stuff, we want to make sure just to make it as easy as a process as possible. So that's the simplest way I would explain it. And if there's anything that we can do, I mean, is there anything that we can do outside of just buying the house that would make life easier for you?
Yeah, pack it for me. No, I'm joking.
No, seriously, we would do that. Not even joking. We would absolutely pack it for you. I have no problems doing that.
I just work 2 jobs and I'm pretty busy.
You're busy. Yeah, and it's not easy to pack. I mean, I can say with 100% certainty that after you do your thinking and you come back to me and figure out what we want to come to, getting everything packed for you would be no problem on our end. I mean, it's really the least we could do, especially you're working 2 jobs, 2 houses, make life easier for you. You know, we're looking to walk away with a good relationship.
Okay. Well, like I said, I need to talk to him and
Of
think about it
course.
and you know, go from there because I'm sure he'll I don't know, he's a guy, so he just thinks differently than I do. So.
Sure. Okay. Well, Colleen, I mean, obviously I don't expect you to make a decision tonight. So I think here's how I would like to move forward. My offer stands, and then you just do your due diligence, ask who you need to ask, and make sure that you feel completely comfortable in whatever answer you come to me with. And I'll give you a call back on, how about Wednesday? Does that give you enough time just to kind of talk to the people you want to talk to?
Trying to think. You know, honestly, I know this is going to sound horrible, but probably I've got Thanksgiving and I'm cooking for everybody.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that's on Thursday. You're right. That's tight.
Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So, you know, and this is terrible, but can I put you off for a week to talk to you? I mean, you know, just to get everything done, or just because of the holiday?
Because of the holiday, yes, we can do it for that. Is this a cell phone that you have here?
Yes, this is a cell phone, and you can text to it or whatever you need to do.
I'll just give you a little text on Saturday because I don't want to waste too much of your time.
Okay.
And just kind of see how you're feeling about it then. And then we can commit to a call next Monday. How about?
That sounds great, yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Colleen, my name is Liam, once again, with Cash Offer Option.
So it's Liam?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Perfect. And for calling you, what's better, afternoons or evenings?
I know this is pretty late right now, but I'm home. You know, either one is fine because I can take a call at the office.
Well, perfect. And yeah, I'll try to get towards the evening. I usually work pretty late. I like my job. I like talking to people.
I guess you do. Okay. Well, I appreciate the call, and I was very pleasantly surprised at the number. So that's a plus on your side.
Well, perfect. Yeah. So we'll have you talk it over and see how you feel about it next Monday. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Liam, for calling.
Well, absolutely. I hope you have such a lovely Thanksgiving with your family, and that cooking is not too stressful, and you don't have too many people crowded in the kitchen.
Never the stressful part.
For my family,
so that's fine.
we get too many people who want to go in and cook, and I'm somebody who gets stressed out when there's too many people in the kitchen. I'm like, leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I've been known to shoo everybody out of my kitchen.
It's a skill you have to master.
I mean, when we bought the house, I go, oh, let me see. She can work here, and 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 I can work here, and I think we can all exist together, and I won't be kicking everybody out of the kitchen. And she can sit there, and
Yep, you get it all set out. That's perfect. Say, oh, you know what? Do you happen to have any nice photos of the house that I could look at while just for the week? Or do you have the ability to take?
You can actually Google the address and get some halfway decent ones on Realtor.com.
Mm-hmm.
They're from before I bought the house.
Okay.
So you got to take the carpet out, and of course there is a yard now in the front. So in a little bit different landscaping, it's been painted and some other things, but you can kind of get the gist of it.
Okay. With that, would you feel comfortable just taking a couple photos of just the kitchen, the bathroom, main living areas, just kind of like that, so I can get an idea of the quality, just to make sure that we're fully comfortable in our offer?
Sure, no problem. Yeah, it might not be until tomorrow.
No rush at all.
Because it's dark.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it to be tonight. It's already late. No worries about that. I'll let you enjoy your evening. Okay, well, I'll just give you a little text tomorrow to say, hey, can we get those photos? And that way it'll just...
Can I text them to you then?
Absolutely, you can. This is my cell phone, and from you can text me, call me, FaceTime me. Nobody does that, but hey, it's always an option if people really want to do that.
I'd have to have an iPhone to FaceTime you, wouldn't I?
You would.
Okay. But yeah, I will get some pictures for you.
All right. Well, Colleen, have a lovely and safe evening.
Thank you. you too, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You as well. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Cool. I'm feeling pretty good about that. I built pretty good rapport. Oscar, I appreciate all the assistance there. I'm gonna look more into NLP and how to utilize that. I saw you giving some suggestions for questions to ask, and the ones that I felt comfortable going for, the ones that are a bit more strategic. I would like to hear. I'm somebody who's really good at doing stuff after I've seen somebody do it once or twice. You took training, I believe it, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna get photos tomorrow, and for the photos, my offer isn't gonna change based on photos. But what I can do based off of those photos is what I can do for those photos is it just kind of cements me as the you've already sent photos to this person. It's like a micro commitment.
She's
And the more
invested
micro
time.
commitments,
Yeah.
right? And once she starts investing, you did great, go up in energy. For her, it's all about matching for me. And I was just, she's older, it's late at evening, and so I don't want to overwhelm her with energy. So I hear you on that, and depending on the situation, I would. For that, I'm pretty comfortable with the energy that I was at there. Towards the end, towards the congratulations, winding it down, she kind of went up, so I went up. But for that, I just want it to be somebody who's super comfortable for her to talk to, just because this is a follow-up game here. But yeah. But Oscar, let's see. I appreciate that advice. I think we're going to do one more really great lead, the best one I can find here, and we're going to get it closed. That's going to be the goal. So let me just sort through all of our leads here.
I have sorted through some of them. The two in Cali and Washington were listed. They kind of got but the 228 was line 228 was pretty good. I've been digging through them trying to see if I can find
Oscar, no worries, man. I really appreciate you got some really excellent advice. It sounds like you know what you're doing. So the one for line 228, Heather, you think that's a pretty good one to call? What's the motivation?
I think it's the only one that's on the Pacific time that's not already. I think it's the only choice you have. Because their other couple were listed. Sorry, not a bad one. She's relocating, but 233 and 234 were listed, and it's already 8 o'clock Mountain time, so it's gonna have to be Pacific time.
My worry about it is it's in pristine condition. So I'm gonna call, and they've owned it 10 to 14. They still have a mortgage on it. Okay, this might be a pretty good terms pitch based on their what they're trying to do. But let's see what we got.
Okay, let's do it. Oh, I found another one. If she doesn't answer, I didn't see. Well, that's what time it is. It's 8 o'clock.
It's 6 for you in Cali, or is it 6:56?
It's 7:56 in Arizona, and it's almost 7 o'clock in Cali.
Let's try calling.
Hello?
Hello, Heather?
Yeah.
Heather, my name is Liam. You filled out my website saying that you wanted an offer on your property, so I figured I would reach out.
Okay.
Perfect. You still interested in an offer?
Yeah, I just like to see what's going on. I've been reading the market. My house has been going up over the last few months, and we've done a lot of renovations and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to make it look nice and neat.
You said renovations?
Yeah. We put new tile, new carpet, new kitchen, new bathroom downstairs. Just everything.
It sounds like it's in really good condition. So let me ask you this. You mentioned before that you're just looking around trying to see about what it's worth. If I were to give you an offer that's acceptable, what's your time frame look like as far as getting it sold then? January, just after the holidays.
Yeah, because we're going to Hawaii. We need a house to come home to. Then we're going to take everything, slap it in storage, and move to Wyoming.
You guys have already got it all planned out. Do you already have your place in Wyoming bought?
No.
Oh,
we're still looking.
Sure.
There's not a lot to look for right now.
A lot of open land.
Yeah, I want land, but I'm not looking for a mobile home because they don't hold value.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Really beautiful. So
Are you seeing my house? The pictures will go up on the market probably next week.
okay, so you're already planning on getting it listed with your realtor?
Well, it depends upon the offer of others.
Gotcha. Well, I can tell you off the bat that a cash offer won't command what the market commands. How much are you looking for it?
$450.
$450. Okay. Tell me a little bit about the condition inside.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Like you guys have done an HGTV flip pretty much.
Yeah, full stage of the house and everything.
Mm-hmm. So it's really beautiful. Wow.
Yeah. Out one mountain you got the Ortega Mountains, and it's real quiet, no lights, no all kinds of stars. And out the other side is wraparound porch that shows the lake.
How gorgeous. And then you're going to be going to Hawaii.
That's for Christmas.
You guys are just going from one beautiful area to the next, and then to Wyoming. I mean, you are really in a good...
We went to Wyoming last weekend, too.
And that was just kind of as a test, just figuring out what you guys liked up there?
Yeah, my husband called on his way home from work and was like, hey, you want to go to Wyoming? I was like, sure. I got my ship packed already. And so we left.
You know, it seems like you guys live a pretty fun life then.
Yeah, we try. Work hard, play hard.
Okay. So you want to move to Wyoming in January. With this, you're looking for about $450. Do I have all that right written down here?
Yeah.
Okay. Getting my numbers all pulled up here. Is there anything super notable about your property that I would not find on any other houses in the area?
Yeah, we're the only two-story within the area. There's one being built just now down the street, but it's not done. And our house is up at the top of the hill, and it's the only one that looks up over the lake.
Sure.
My next door neighbors is a 2-bedroom. It's 820 square feet. This is not bad.
Sure. Yeah, you guys have a nicer spot than that.
Yeah, and only other houses, the houses on the side of the lake, combined to the price of my house on this side of the lake.
Wow. Wow, how pretty.
Okay. I think so. And I redid the kitchen all by myself. I got new cabinets. I stained them. They're beautiful wood that matched the beams in the theater room. Because there was 2 living rooms, so we turned one into a theater. So downstairs is a theater and a kitchen. Upstairs is 3 bedrooms and a living room. And then the master has the long porch. And every day you could sit out there and drink your coffee, and you could see the parachuters start jumping at dawn. You could see them coming down, and then we got the guys who fly off the mountain over here, and they tip a wing at you to say hi.
Sounds gorgeous.
It is. It's fucking amazing. It's just that I have too many neighbors too close.
Sure, and you're looking to spread it out a little bit more.
Yeah, I have a neighbor next to me that likes to play Halloween music in January. I'm like, what the fuck is she doing?
You know, some people are really nutty about their holidays. I've got some neighbors who are like that with Christmas music, just all like.
In January.
I don't get, but my neighbors, they're playing Christmas music in June, all the time.
The good thing about it is she works 12 to 14 hours a day. So
okay, so she's not home to play that music enough.
No, but when she does, all I can think is, what the fuck are you doing?
Right, that's a good question to ask. Maybe you should ask her. Yeah. So for that $450, is that your realtor that told you that price, or how'd you come to that?
Well, we're going between the different estimates on different sites, and for the past 4 or 5 months, it's gradually just gone up.
Sure, and you're thinking, you know what? Now is the best time to make the most out of our home and get gone.
Yeah, and then I'll go get a $500,000 house, and I'll get horses.
Beautiful. That's so beautiful. Wow.
Yes, horses, fishing, hunting.
You got everything that you could want. Wow.
And I don't want a house with stairs.
Sure. Okay, so just a 1 level. You don't got to worry about going up or down.
No more going up and down. I'm tired of it. The kitchen's downstairs, and we snack too much.
That makes sense. No, yeah, I hear you on that. I'm really young, so I don't mind stairs yet, but give me another 2 or 3 years and I'll get tired.
After 10 years of these stairs, I'm done.
You're done with them. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
And I want to breed dogs.
And you want to breed dogs. Wow, that is it's a lot of work. My family does it, but it can be so rewarding.
I have my 5-year-old Blue Nose right here, and
Gorgeous.
he is fully trained anxiety dog. I trained him myself, and I just got a 3-month-old puppy who's in training.
Wow, that's so nice. You know, there is a lot of money to be made in that, and it's super rewarding.
It is, because if somebody can get a dog, because I have very, very high anxiety, and when I put my hands on my dog, and I've also taught my dog how to give full-on human hugs and rest his whole body on my shoulder like a real hug. And that helps. That helps take down the anxiety and the jitters.
Sure. No, that totally makes sense. Yeah.
Or he'll walk up to me and just put his head on my lap.
Yep. Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Before I give you the number that I'm thinking, is there anything that I could possibly do that would make moving or make the process of getting your home sold, or maybe something completely outside of the box that you can think of that would just make your life easier?
No, not really. I mean, we're doing pretty much all the footwork.
Sure. That makes
I mean,
sense.
I need to see things like up close and impersonal, and see what I like and see what I don't like. And I found 2 houses out there, and indoor, outdoor arenas, and places for 5 horses and shit. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds like you got that all set out. Well, Heather, I'll be honest with you, just because I think you've been very honest with me so far, and I like to, keep that energy matched. That as a cash offer, we're going to be looking to come in and just have a little bit of equity built into our offer. And so that $450 price, when that's all said and done, you guys would be looking at about walking away with $423, right around there. And then that's not including closing costs, depending on what those come out to. But my cash offer, that's going to be coming in closer to about $395.
That's insane, because I think my agent's going to put it on the market for $5.
You think they're going to put it up that high?
Oh, yeah. Being one of the only, like, right now, the only home that's 2-story and 6,999 square feet is just insane.
And that's just kind of the nature with cash options. And generally, they're not best fit for people like you who have all the time in the world in a gorgeous home. However, if the property really is worth that $500, which it certainly might be, I haven't ran the full numbers. I was just going based off of you thinking it was worth about $450. But let's let's assume that it's $5.
There's a $1 million home right above me where the Fox 11 audio news guy used to live, and he bought that house in the downturn for $500,000, and now it's worth $1.5 million.
Wow.
So, I mean, that's right by my house, and we're not close neighbors. They're not close. Only the ones in front of me are close.
Sure. Well, let me ask you this, Heather. If there was a way that I could get you that $500 with a closing date of your choice, is that something that you would entertain? Okay. Well, Heather, can I tell you a story? Because this is the best way that I know how to describe this.
Sure.
Okay. So, my dad, he was a contractor for 35 years. And it was like, I think probably 20 of those 35 years, he had this black Ford F-150, and he put, I want to say, 350,000 miles on that thing. So he retired a couple years ago, and he wanted to sell the truck, no use for anything like that. And so he went on to Kelley Blue Book. He figured what the property was worth. Not the property. He figured what the truck was worth, and it said that it was worth right around $5,000. So, like any normal person would, he went onto Craigslist, listed it for $5,000, and waited for the offers to roll in. Figured there'd be people waiting to buy it all day long. What we ended up finding out, though, is nobody was willing to offer above $3,000, given the miles and this and that, and they wanted to make a little bit of money or a discount on it, and so he wasn't getting it sold for at $5,000. And he had it just sitting in our driveway for like 6 months, and my mom was getting pissed at him, and I was like, Dad, I don't think it's getting sold this way. So we decided to change one little thing about it, and instead of just selling it $5,000 for cash all at once, we said, hey, why don't we take payments for this? So we changed the listing and said, we will sell this to you at just $500 a month for 12 months. Okay.
I've never heard a car sold like that, but okay.
And you want to know what ended up happening?
Huh.
We ended up selling it for about $6,500 because we got 12 offers within about 6 hours. We ended up having to take the listing down. And so that right there, if you just apply that same idea to homes, is how I would be able to offer you 500 without any closing costs or realtor fees, assuming that's what the property is worth. And I haven't looked at those numbers. Is that something you'd entertain?
Entertain.
Okay.
Man, you're gonna jump down. I'm not chasing you. Ass.
Let your dog be in a pain?
Dude, it's time to go to bed. She keeps jumping down. She can't be with my husband because he's already asleep. I want her to pee anywhere on the new carpet.
Yeah. He's like, I'm ready to play right now. Pee on this if you don't. Take me outside.
She better learn how to get her outside. Now you're coming back. See, you jumped down for no reason. Now I gotta lift your ass again. Come on. Come on.
So, Heather, let me ask you about how much do you still owe on that property?
$250.
$250. So you owe about 50%. You own about 50%. For that, how about is your monthly payment?
14.
14.
It's funny because if you knew what we bought it at, you'd be like, wow, they're fucking making out.
What did you buy it for?
$197.
Ooh.
Turn it down to like 59. I'm hot.
It sounds like you've really made your money out of this.
Oh yeah. We're just getting older. It's time to go quiet and dark and make our kids try to find our dirt road.
Yeah, there you go. At nighttime, they've really got to go look for it. So, Heather, as I'm looking at this right here, with that 500 number, I'm pretty sure that I probably could offer that to you. Now, for that, making payments for it, how much would you like to be making in mailbox money every single month?
Probably
300?
1,000.
3,000 a month.
Well, somebody, you want to talk about offers being jumped on, that'd be jumped on.
Sure. Okay. Getting jumped on with it. I see. So if I were to make payments to you over a length of time, what would be the best for you as far as when you'd want to get your money out, how long you'd want to wait, how much you'd want to make monthly, everything like that?
On which one? Which one's that?
I'm not 100% certain of the questions to ask. I haven't gone this far.
Oh, shit, no. Oh, there goes another one of our houses. Son of a bitch. I know they're going quick. Well, Wyoming doesn't have a lot to offer, and Cheyenne's got the epicenter, so it's kind of getting crazy.
Well, let me explain something to you, Heather. Right now, are you needing to get this house sold before you can offer on a property in Wyoming?
Yes.
Wow, I think this could work out very, very well between us. Because I'll tell you how I would like to see this worked out. As far as most numbers aside, we could almost certainly buy your property for $500. And then, of course, I'd have to double check the numbers on it. But with that $500, we would agree on a down payment amount that's fair for you and that would work for us. And then a monthly payment that's fair for you and would work for us. And then a length of time that you would like to get the rest of your money out of your property. And in the meantime, we can get that done in 30 days pretty much and get that to closing. And what we can provide you so that you can start looking at your properties in Wyoming is a piece of paper saying, hey, we owe them this much. And then you can use that with whoever you're utilizing to purchase, your next lender pretty much. And say, hey, look, this is owed to me. And you can actually use that then as it's pretty much as good as, just having that there, right? And you can utilize that to then go and purchase your next property. And we can get that done very quickly. So that way, knowing how tight the market is, you can start putting offers in as soon as, 30 days or less.
Well, we're not looking for that though, because we got to have the house until we get back from Kauai, and my son is coming home from Alaska from the Army, so he needs a place to be. And as soon as he leaves, then it's time to go.
Sure, yeah, and as far as that goes, we have no problem extending that out, and we can make something work. I mean, with this, we're as flexible as possible, and if you need to wait till January until you're actually moving, that's perfectly fine. Really, I would just like to help, get it set up so that you're able to get that house in Wyoming bought to make that move as seamless as possible.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And then we wouldn't have to pay any realtor's fees, and we would cover closing costs on it. How much cash do you think you really need in order to make your move?
Probably about 150.
150.
We want to put 150 down so we're at the same spot there as we are here now.
I see. Okay.
We don't want to go backwards. We want to go forwards.
So you're looking to make about 150. And then realistically, in terms of if we would take over your mortgage payment, so that $1,400 is erased, how much would you like to make then in mailbox money every month?
I'm not sure about that.
Not sure about that. But you pay about $1,400 monthly. And that's including taxes, insurance, all that.
I pay my mortgage over there in Wyoming.
I don't know if we could do that. That may not be because really I'll explain it to you here is what we would be looking to do. What we would be looking to do with your property is the reason why we're able to offer so much more money up to that 500 is because we're not looking for built-in equity. We don't care about equity in that stance, right? Which is with our cash offer, we're looking to come in with built-in equity as far as if we're going to rent it or flip it, right? But in this situation here,
I would wait 2 years and then flip it again.
and the thing is yours wouldn't really be a flip because it's in such beautiful condition, right? So that would just be a rental for us, which is why we would have to come with built-in equity, which is why it's lower. But the reason that we can offer, but yeah, the reason why we're able to offer more, up to 5 on this, is simply for the reason that we would be looking for somebody who cannot purchase a house right now. Maybe it's based on their credit or based on their various other statuses in their life that they just can't purchase a house, but they want something more finalized than renting, right? And so what we would do is we would be looking for somebody who wants to be doing a lease option to own, right? And so what we would give you is we would buy the house from you. We would take title into our hands. It is no longer anything that you are, worrying with, right? So any repairs done to the property, anything like that, that's stuff that we assume and we take over completely. And then the way that we make money on it is we put in all the legwork utilizing our connections and our systems, everything that we've set up as a business, because this is our business. We then come in and find somebody who is willing to, they want to buy a house in 3 years, right? And so then we can rent it out to them or
lease with option to buy.
Exactly. Yep. And so then the difference between what we pay you and they pay us is then how we make money on it. And then as far as you getting your money out on the back end, there's so many different ways we can do it. If you guys really don't care about getting that money out right away, right? We could do a 30-year note and just be like, hey, we'll just pay you guys just a normal, like an amortized mortgage, right, with this. Or if you guys really want your money out quickly, once we've stabilized the amount of money that the property is making, then a bank will be more than happy to refi it out and then assume that loan because they're making money on it then. Or in the 3 years with that tenant buyer, they buy the property at a guaranteed price, and then we pay you that amount of money that you're owed. And whatever the difference is, we pocket, or we've been pocketing our money based on the difference in what we've been paying you over the last couple of years. And that's how we make money on that end. That's our business model and how we would make money on it. And then the solution is just, how can we make that work for you? Because what's really nice about it is that this works really well for your situation where you're trying to offer on a new place. You want top dollar, don't want to have to offer real, fees, and we don't have to come in and fix the property up, so we can find somebody who wants to buy it right away.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta talk to my husband and relay all that to him.
Well, is there a time that I could set up my partner? He's the numbers guy. He's the one who does all the stuff that, like, I'm pretty much just the phone monkey. I can come on and I can tell you about stuff, but he's the one who'd be talking exact specifics, and he knows the process better than I can.
You're pretty smooth. You got your shit down though.
Thank you. I just try to minimize what I don't like to hype myself up too much, but he's the one who would be really running the numbers on it.
Okay.
And if I could just have a time where you and your husband were sitting down.
You'll never catch my husband sitting down.
Well, maybe standing up, moving around. As long as I have you two both together at the same time.
I doubt that.
You think that'd be a tough one to get?
Yeah, my husband's a contractor for Starbucks.
So he's super busy.
He's never home.
Gotcha. So given that you guys are both, well, then if we could just set up a time that we could talk to each of you guys separately, because the thing is, once we start playing, telephone, that game with kids where we relay something to you and then you relay something to him, something gets lost in translation, right? And so if I could just have him to call you back maybe tomorrow once you've had a chance to at least discuss it with your husband, and then we can talk to you more about specifics, and then we can call your husband and talk to him more about specifics, and I think there's a way that we can make the deal work.
Okay.
Is that something that you'd be interested in, Heather?
Yeah, I'll call him tomorrow morning and I'll talk to him about it. Let him know what you told me so far.
Well, perfect. Is there a time tomorrow that works really well for you? For us to call you?
Probably after 10.
Sometime after 10? How about, just give me a better rating between afternoons or evenings?
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
Yeah, afternoons.
Afternoons. Okay. So here's what I will do. You'll talk to your husband around 10. I will have my partner, his name is JC. He will give you a call sometime tomorrow afternoon. Okay. Is this a cell phone?
Yeah.
Okay. What I will do is I will text you his phone number. That way, when it comes through, it's not some of the weird, your car insurance is expired or something like that. Okay. Well, perfect. Well, Heather, I think that's as far as we can get tonight. I hope that you have a really safe evening, and we'll see what we can work out.
Okay, thank you so much.
Well, perfect. I hope you have a really safe night, okay?
Thank you, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Wow. All right, so going back here. Just going back. So Oscar said, don't mention realtors. I totally disagree with that. And the reason is that they're in the picture no matter what. Everybody knows a realtor. And the reason that I bring it up is instead of trying to shy away and hide from this problem, right, that may pose itself as an issue down the line, right? We can get it right up front and know who's assisting in their decision-making process, right? Know who's this and that. Because the thing is that they're going to talk to their realtor no matter what. And if I can get it up front, that I come in with more knowledge than if all of a sudden we start negotiating this and that when they were going to list it with their realtor all along, right? And so the reason that I bring it up is just because instead of trying to shy away and hide from competition and whatnot, we're coming in and trying to offer them the most value that they can. Right? If I don't think that I can genuinely provide this person more value than any other person, then it's not the deal for me, right? And so bringing up realtors, personally, I would do 10 times out of 10. It's something that Pace Morby doesn't teaches, Steve Trang doesn't teaches. Most top level people are teaching to bring up realtors and make sure that it's something that's in the spotlight, because it's going to be something that you'll have to face down the line anyways. And then Mike, I wouldn't go into your exit strategy. It's always a rental. So JC actually taught me about this tonight. And the thing is that in this, when you talk about rental, people start getting scared that, well, okay, a renter, what type of renter is going to come in here, right? They might destroy the property. Am I on the hook for that? This and that. But when we're talking about more, right, because these people aren't stupid. We're not trying to trick them into anything. Right? When we can say we can get you the more money for this, right? Because you're okay with time as long as we can help you get to where you're going and we can do time on this, then on our front, well, this is what we're going to do and this is how we're going to make money. So they understand exactly what we're doing. And the reason that I would, so an unqualified buyer is better. Oh, absolutely, yeah. Because then they have an ownership stake in it, and that's how we can sell it, right? This person has an ownership stake in it. Why would they destroy something that they intend to buy, that they're going to put money down on, a significant amount of money down on, right? Because we're talking, tens of thousands of dollars that this person will lose if they don't buy it. So now they have an ownership interest in it that a renter does not, right? And so, is there the possibility that somebody's gonna destroy it? Yeah. But can we sell that an unqualified buyer, somebody who intends to buy it, is going to be better for their property, right? No, it's not. Sellers don't know that process. Well, that's why we explain it to them, right? We're here to educate them and teach. We're not here to try and trick them into a deal, right? And
Yeah,
so,
in simply way, like story with track. It's very simple story.
Right? Yeah.
Very, very understandable. So, Liam, amazing call. I think it can be a contract.
I think it could be too. Yeah, she seems pretty interested in, and JC, I think, has full opportunity to close that.
Yeah, and also I see that we have guys who interested in leads for listing. It's yeah, Oscar and Ryan. So we can meet someone of real estate agents to the next show that will be tomorrow or tomorrow, and discuss some leads live. What we can offer them after squeezing as wholesaler leads.
That makes sense. I would like to see Oscar on the phones. He seems to know a whole bunch.
Yeah, Oscar, write to us and jump on the next live. We will talk about our leads and maybe we will find what can we offer them.
Boom, that's it right there. That's it right there. Totally makes sense.
So I think it's a great
great spot to close it out on.
For close this day, yeah.
I agree, Ivan. Well, everybody who's here, all 7 of you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate you. I know we got Mike, we got Richard. Richard said, legit convo, I totally understand that type of approach more now. Thank you. Yeah, dude, I learned a whole bunch about it. If you watch back in the stream, JC was just here explaining how that process worked, and that's what I was able to utilize in that call. I'm really new to pitching creative, and JC is a beast at it. So gave me a ton of really great information. Yeah. JC, hey JC, I've got could you on Facebook, I believe I'm your friend, just send me your cell phone, because I just I talked to a pretty sweet creative deal that I think could turn into something good. So just send me a message, and I'm gonna have you call him tomorrow and probably get it closed, is my assumption. So there's that. But yeah.
So this is Liam and
Ivan.
Yeah. Meet us tomorrow with Jean, Alice, JC, maybe other closers, and see you tomorrow. Have a nice evening, guys.
See you guys.